Werewolf the Apocalypse, more like Renegade Studios' grip on the IP is experiencing an apocalypse. Seriously, they've been cranking out a ton of these books, probably because of the shift to Vampire 6th Edition. Hey there, everyone, and welcome to a Dice Scum Live, because I don't expect this book to be good. The name's Adam.
I'm Imsit.
I'm Tech,
And-
sorry, and I'm Tech Priest, and interrupting me from doing Warhammer is this piece of shit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He was so happy. He wanted to show off his. It was a Spire entity,
Why don't
right?
we instead talk about the Hedonites of Slaanesh? That's the army you've got.
Yeah, let's get out that book. I mean, they just got a release in the last couple of weeks.
It is, and it includes. Hey, listen, an actual positive thing is a symbiotic kingdom of demon and mortal.
Yeah,
Except
like
it's done
there's
by
an actual
Slaanesh.
positive, healthy relationship in Warhammer, and it's Slaanesh.
Speaking of spirit and man
Now,
coming
they are
together as one.
Sorry, but they are both the worst people ever. Still, but you know.
Well, speaking of spirit and man becoming one, let's get into this book. I'm sorry, but we can't escape it. We promised it a little too early. We couldn't really change it. The future cannot be changed.
Well, I mean, unless you're with Tzeentch, then yes, it could be changed. In fact, let's talk about Tzeentch instead.
No, we're going to do
So
Tribes
I heard
of Gaia.
that the Tzeentchian, the Lord of Change, might be getting a refresh at some point.
Are you fucking kidding me, really?
No. I'm completely talking out of my ass.
Yeah,
All I
that doesn't
know
make
is
much
that there's
sense.
going to be about as many. There's going to be a bunch. Good news, Thousand Suns players. Another 50 Zangors have hit your local
Exactly.
game store.
Oh, don't worry. Angel Arroyo. They've already hit their delirium. They failed their delirium willpower check. They're in the middle of that.
Well, we're talking about wolves, so that's either going to be what the Chaos Wolves, the Skin Wolves, the
Dire
Vampire
Wolves.
Counts guys, or you know what, Fenris. You know, the Space
Why
Wolves.
not Fenris? The Space Wolves. Where
And
there's that one guy that drilled out all the buttholes on his Thunder Wolves.
Okay,
So
moving on.
yeah,
We're now going to have to go from that to this. So this is this is Werewolf's 5th edition attempt to try to salvage the tribes.
This is essentially what happened. Was they got some negative feedback and they're trying to fix this. And already I don't remember if this is how the changes usually worked, because I never played as much Apocalypse as I did the other splats, but this feels incorrect.
Well, yeah, let's start first off with the back, talking about lore and guidance for playing any of the 11 tribes.
Well, go fuck yourself, the other two.
Yeah. Yeah, there's supposed to be 13.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Black Crusades.
Well, you know, it's just like segregation. You don't talk about their kind.
Or maybe, you know, the Great Horned Rat. Why can't we be talking about Ratkin instead? They're much
You're
more
right. The
interesting than
great.
these current.
You know, I played a game against the Skaven the other day, and it was actually quite fun. A lot of
Oh,
shooting.
really?
Yeah, you went a lot of horde blocking and shooting.
Of course.
I don't know why you guys are in rage or frenzy. This is like Hirano, honestly. Like, we're just watching the death spiral of the setting.
Now
we are, and we want to look away.
Now, yeah, Darksiders are pointing out, yes, 11 tribes. Kind of like how, you know, 20 Suns and 18 Legions.
It's kind of like how there were originally there were originally 12 tribes of Israel, but they only really talked about 3 of them by the end.
Well, and I wanted to say Kareem Mumar is not on here, but I did just look. Head of Creative Management and IP Alignment at White Wolf, Kareem Mumar.
Yeah, he's not going to let go of his attempt to essentially commit Year Zero. Like, this is essentially the Year Zero Pol Pot regime on any form of culture. Because he's most known for destroying the Gate of Fenris, but keep in mind that he actually threw out and defiled the Irish Fianna, and he was also responsible for absolutely butt-fucking and ruining the Pure Land tribes, which actually had studies done to local native shamans of those nations to get a good idea on what their culture would have been like alongside their tendency towards fury. So, actual racist.
Hot take, though, they probably never should have based any of the tribes off of real-world ethnicities to begin with.
But, you know, probably, but we're stuck with it.
What you could do, what you could do, which could be very fun, is they are based on tribes, but they're based on older ones. Like you got your
Oh,
early
you
Indo-European.
like your extinct groups of people. That could be fun.
Yeah, I mean
Like
that's
you
what the
go.
White
I
Howlers
mean,
were. They were Picts.
yeah. There's no pics around anymore. Who cares?
Why not have the why not have the Fianna be originally a culture based on like the Basque people and the pre-Indo-European tribes of like
Or
Spain that
just like proto-Indo, like a proto-Roman Celtic
yeah,
culture, which is basically dead.
you could have the glass
And then
you could. I mean it
oh,
defiles the setting, but like
and then here's
still.
the thing. And then you could have actually the Stargazers be one of the 10 tribes.
Yeah, they're one of the lost tribes of Israel. That'd be funny as shit.
That would be and horribly offensive.
So we already know that this book's going to be dog shit because let me count: one,
Listen,
two, three, four,
look,
five, six, seven, eight
all
writers.
I, all I can think of now is this part of the shadow was promised to us 6,000 years ago.
Well, no, think about it like this: they are one of the tribes because remember, Set told them to get the fuck out.
That is true.
Oh,
Let our tribe go. No, said Set.
they're just the ones that, because they're wolves, went off on their own from Moses and kept wandering the desert.
Yeah, they just, because they're fucking wolves, are like, shit, man, I don't know what to fucking do.
Personally, I feel like our re-editing of the tribes would make more sense if you're going to do like a new like an early Chronicles of Darkness, like early Requiem. If you had that, it would work better, I think. But you
And
could.
you know what? Jewish werewolves. Again, that brings up the problem, though. What about on the Sabbath?
You need to talk to your rabbi about that.
Yeah, we probably.
It would actually be fun if we got a rabbi in on the show at some time, just to throw out like how does this handle for various supernatural creatures? Could they be Jewish?
Well, it could be like how originally Christians used Jews to do banking because of usury laws and beliefs about banking because of how Jesus threw a tantrum over rich people. You could have it be that the Jewish werewolves hire non-Jews to attack on the Sabbath so that they can rest while others do it for them. Similar to how you would have a Jewish banker or a tax guy.
Shabbos Garu.
Yeah, you have Shabbos Garu to attack. But yeah, this is going to be a terrible book. There's 8 people. I'm not shitting on the writers necessarily, although I don't think they make a
They're
lot of
handed they've been given a really fucking bad deck of cards,
And
and
on
they got to
top of
shuffle
that,
them into something.
there's 8 of them and there's only like 200 pages. They got maybe 30 pages each. This is a game jam turned
When
into a book, I think.
when you got 8 pages, it's because, well, let me put it like this: when you've got 8 writers on a book like this, there's not exactly what I would call a lot of coherency in design language. This isn't like we had with, say, like the Shadowrun corporate guide, where you had. I'm pretty sure that there was different offers for several of the sections, but for the most part, it was like they were all in contact with each other. This is very likely a freelancer written work.
Almost
Everyone
certainly.
was given a section. None of them were talking to each other.
Well, I mean, it's similar to how Wizards of the Coast handles writing, and that's why trying to unionize against them is not going to work. They're just going to fire you and replace you with Fiverr guys. That's how they work.
Wait, Wizards of the Coast does writing?
No, they don't. They lease it out to people and then throw them away the moment they're done. I imagine it's somewhat similar. They probably just get people from writing guilds in, say, Sweden. All I do know is the biggest joke in this list of people. I'm not going to insult the person directly, but the title of it, Head of Business and Growth. I'm sorry, Weekter, but what growth? What growth? The IP's in the
Um,
toilet, man.
well, I
Bloodlines 2
think that's
destroyed it. There's a
he's
reason they're
gonna be the
doing
fall
Vampire
guy.
6.
But let's get into the book itself.
Oh, there is one more comment I want to make just because. So they do have a logo for the World of Darkness label, but when they show worldofdarkness.com or like the World of Darkness, they don't do the logo here. At least not without the. They just take the. They didn't even bother. They didn't even bother to remove the black background. They couldn't even be fucked to do that. I just wanted to point that out because that's kind of pathetic.
So, as we all know, werewolves have a history of their tribes,
Yeah,
and
yep, they do.
it's based entirely upon uh, a shared patron spirit and nothing else.
Also, I'm not sure. Is Yuri a Polish name? That's more of a Ukrainian, Russian, Belarusian name, isn't it?
Yeah, that's more of a East Slavic
And the
style of
reason
name.
this bothers me is because the surname is very clearly Polish. That's Koniecko. I probably pronounced it wrong. Any
It's not.
Poles in the chat, please correct me.
Listen, they're Eastern European, so they're white, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, that's what Karem thought. In fairness, he also thought the same about the Native American tribes. They're all the fucking same, ain't they?
Yeah, it's not like Cherokee, Algonquin, Ojibwe, uh, what was it, Comanche. It's not like they have specific regional and ethnic distinctions because they live in a large area. No, they're all just red man.
Yeah, I mean, he saw Peter Pan. He knows how it works. He knows what made the red man red.
So, yeah, it turns out that in World of Darkness, or at least for 5th edition, there is no ethnic component, no historical, cultural, or anything like that. It is rather your patron's spirit.
Which,
Like
okay.
there's another werewolf game that sort of had a similar concept.
Well, I mean, one of the
I
guys
can't
behind
think
it.
of it.
Yeah, I remember one of the guys complained about Werewolf the Apocalypse not being to his taste, so he made it. When,
It's probably something Forsaken,
probably
not to be
forsaken
known.
to the trash.
Also, Dark Sun. The book came out this year.
Yeah, this came out really recently. They've been spamming a bunch of these fucking werewolf books.
Yeah. So, most of the time, though, in your, what would it be, not your sept, but your pact, you'll probably be a mixed group, and you just have to learn how to get along together.
I mean, that is true. I mean, to a degree, that a sept is usually at least a couple of tribes. Sometimes it's
And,
one tribe only, but usually it's a bit mixed.
and don't forget that your pack is your found family.
That just sounds like some standard communist gobbledygook. Anyway, before we get into how that's Marxist, I'm joking. I'm joking. The found family is a powerful theme. It's just when you spam it too much, it reminds me a little too much of the Cultural Revolution because that's the same shit Mao also pushed. I want to criticize their introduction story. They couldn't even be fucked. They just took a script. They took like a fucking script and made it one
We
page.
see this sometimes in other World of Darkness products, but usually it's not.
It's usually a couple pages of like a
Shit.
vignette. Yeah.
Usually it's much more,
Well thought out.
yeah.
I mean, in fairness, I didn't read a single iota of this. I usually skip these,
But
so
but
I'm
look,
not going to call
they
these
name
bad.
drop Zizek. You remember
Oh,
Zizek?
fuck. Okay, we're going that direction, huh?
In fact, one of our characters, Lo Grawl, actually fought her and is not dead.
Oh, yeah, are we going the direction of, like, the forlorn... Oh, God, I think I know what direction they're gonna go. This sucks.
So, we then need to... So, again, we have our 11 tribes. The Black Furies, the Bone Gnars, the Children of Gaia, the Gale Stalkers, the Ghost Council, the
No, there's
Glasswalkers,
one
the
other
Heart
thing.
Wardens, the
Look at
Red
this dead...
Talons.
Look at this dead private security guy, and then just change the name Acheron to Ice, and I think you get their mindset. In fairness, the Ice guys did just commit an atrocity again, so,
I mean, yeah...
Oh, they did too.
Oh, they did a
We had
second
a
one,
double
huh?
event. Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Still, probably not a
Double
smart
kill?
idea. Probably not an
One
intelligent
guy up
idea.
in Maine, and then there was the guy down in San Antonio. They blasted through the passenger side window again.
Mm-hmm.
What fun. But
Remember,
let's
they
get off
have
of
no
modern politics.
qualifications, so any failed mall security cop and dude who
Wait,
basically
hold on.
gets
If they
into
had...
these...
Sorry, if they had no qualifications, why the hell aren't they writing for White Wolf?
You're not wrong.
Oh,
Oh, I know why. It's because they want to have a gun and feel Billy Big Bitch britches. Because usually these guys are failed security guards and people who couldn't cut it in cop school.
Then why aren't they writing for OSR?
OSR is too woke for them, I'm sorry.
God.
New OSR, then. Whatever.
OSR is just old school Renaissance. um,
Yeah, like, in fairness,
So-
that happened. It's just, you probably shouldn't
So-
open with something like that as an image.
on the contrary,
no.
I am 100%
That-
down for being as
This
edgy and
just makes sense
controversial
as like a theme for Werewolf the Apocalypse. Makes sense.
I mean,
It's a normal, idyllic scene aside from the dead body.
But that's the point.
Yeah,
Eh.
But we need to go, what is a tribe? So,
which is fair enough. Like,
now,
how do you
dictionary
define it?
definition of a tribe would probably be something like a shared group of people that have a long-standing tradition. In
Shared
this
groups of
case, no,
people
it's
linked by
literally just people that have connection to a spirit and are recruited into the group. I believe we call that either a gang or a cult.
Cult. It actually reminds me of how the Sabbat and Setites work more than anything
Pretty
else.
much, yeah.
I mean, I'll be a little bit of the devil's advocate here. As far as tribal confederations and tribal groups go, this is sort of the idea of they're oftentimes held together by shared affiliations, whether or not it's spiritual beliefs or political areas, or sometimes family ties. The idea that these are groups of people that came around and developed a tribal culture around, well, a spirit and the connections between that, and then that formed into something more than just a cult, is very, very viable.
It's not a
But
bad
here's the thing.
approach. It's just
Here,
it
here's the
demolishes what made
yeah.
people like the game.
Here's the thing. They're all across the planet. Meaning, not that they came from one area and spread out. No, that they have set up all throughout the world, throughout history,
Right.
and yet somehow maintain the same traditions and cultural look despite various probably ethnic interpretations, um, geographical circumstances. They're all the same. In fact, they're all in the New World before European contact.
Oh, also don't
I mean,
forget that
all
in
right,
the
time
original
time
run,
out.
I was just gonna say,
Time out. I have to
okay.
explain that bit. There are the moon bridges. There are other ways for werewolves to communicate over very long distances using spirits and such.
Okay, fair.
It's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
I have a counterpoint though. I was going to mention there's also the issue of camps. I know they don't really care about that shit in 5th edition, but one of the interesting concepts behind a tribe are that there are different ways to interpret how the tribe's beliefs are handled.
Yeah, subgroups within tribes,
They do bring
which
that up
basically
somewhat.
covers what Imsit's talking about already. So
Yeah.
it's a moot point.
So yeah, tribes and chronicles. Most werewolves chronicles work best or at least perfectly fine with only a handful of tribes at the start. Which yeah, you don't want to focus too much on too many things. One of the things as a storyteller is you got to keep all of this stuff in track, and if you're new, you're probably only going to focus on a couple of the tribes, or just the tribes that are relevant to your players.
Or the tribes you find the coolest.
Yeah, that too.
That's usually not a bad way of for a starting game master to look and evaluate things. Is what do I think's the coolest, and then focus
Unless you
on that.
say get, in which case you get punched because you're a fascist. Now get
In this
out.
case, you get punched in the dick in this edition. So
So, and again, the really the only thing that connects them is just the tribal patron.
it's definitely the largest
I
connecting.
also but I do see here patrons. Garu are hardly monotheistic. We read a book about a Jewish moot.
Yeah,
Well, that's what they mean by that. There's a lot of different interpretations.
I think it's
Uh,
just that they didn't read their other work because they're
Commandment
just given.
number 1.
well, here's the thing, though. With there shall be no gods before me. What if that interpretation of that Jewish moot is that that their patron is effectively an angel? It's
Is
basically
there
like
an idol?
It's going and talking to
They have
Gabriel and
fetishes
saying,
and
"Hey,
totems, so
hey, buddy,
yes.
can you?"
Yeah, that's
Again, my issue with it is it's pretty clear that they don't talk. This is the biggest thing with modern entertainment. The writers for all these projects don't fucking talk to each other because they're contracted. And the people who run these, the project managers, don't fucking talk to each other. So they don't fucking think this stuff through.
the
Yes
other
and no. There's some
yeah.
exceptions. As much as I want to shit on Catalyst, they do in fact have a writers' room.
I didn't mention Catalyst.
I'm
They
willing
have
to shit on
issues, but
Catalyst.
they do at least seem to communicate with each other somewhat
Yeah,
since
the
they're
writers at
somewhat
least are on the
consistent.
same. Yeah,
The,
the writers at least seem to be all on generally the same page.
yeah.
The problem is that page tends to be awful. I will not forgive them for the shit that they pulled for Shadowrun 6th edition.
So the other thing here, and as I'm reading through this, and throughout the book, it's very materialistic the way that they treat the patrons and what you do for them.
It's one of the consequences of having apatheists and atheists, right? They don't really
Yes
care
and
about
no.
faith. You can find it fascinating, but unless you put yourself into the headset of the people of these peoples, you don't really get much out of it, and it doesn't help.
Like I say this, they actually do give a new mechanic, this clash system
Oh
of
God.
how you can track patrons and their power throughout a region, going from like 0 to 5, and that as they increase ambitions, or as you do more stuff for them, it will increase and you'll get more power. Or if they go low, you might, I don't know, suffer more rage die or other penalties.
This just seems
I
like some
I
stupid
should note.
homebrew.
I should note, though, if we were talking about that, that a lot of ancient cultures, when it came to religion, were very transactional. You don't keep worshiping an entity if it's not providing you any apparent benefit.
You're
You find
right.
a new god.
True. And also,
That is
not all deities are equal. Some you worship not because you like them, but because it prevents them from fucking with your shit. Case in point, Poseidon.
but I
Poseidon
feel
as
like
a
yeah,
temperamental god. You gave him sacrifices not because you admired him. Some did. Some did because they thought he brought fish if you were kind to him. But most did it because he's also the lord of earthquakes and bad storms. So
Basically, it's to please fuck off for 20 minutes. Here's $200, so you'll fuck off. That's that sort of worship, and it was
there's
not
still
uncommon.
yeah.
I'm now
I
okay.
feel like,
I have a
but
fun
I feel
idea.
like here, if it with werewolf being a lot more spiritual. It's
They are.
not
I mean,
like
they
a
are. They're very spiritual because
yeah.
they don't have a soul. They're actually spirit animating flesh, effectively.
I feel like you need to go more into that than just do this, get reward.
That's why I was thinking. You know what? You know what'd be a really fun kind of shrine slash totem I'm envisioning. You know those old fountains in cities? That's a shrine to the Almighty Dala.
Oh,
That's a shrine to the Almighty Dollar
oh, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
you sacrifice your pennies to it as a bone gnar.
Ah,
I mean, that's actually like a really good idea for like a local spirit that's dominating an area of the shadow. Is it's the spirit of that fountain because humans keep giving it tribute, basically.
Yeah,
oh,
and
oh
as
god.
a bone gnar, you worship it because it's a lesser aspect of the Almighty Dala.
I don't know if you worship it, but it would be a great pack totem.
Yeah.
Oh, oh god. Sorry, I'm scrolling down to page 19. They're talking about the fact that people may not have their focus be a tribal identity, especially if they're human. For instance, a Chinese Garou like returning maiden might see their Garou identity as secondary to their duty to the Communist Party while
Oh,
still being a Gale Stalker.
Hiya, hun, yon, donna, donna,
Wow!
kone. Hiya,
You know,
ziga, he
I mean,
mao zhe dong.
that
that
it,
that
that
that is a point, but you
I was,
probably could have picked a different thing for it.
are you getting your Chinese depictions from I don't know, Kissinger's documents in the 1970s?
I'll get into that, but there's other
A
things like
better example would have been like I'm a Dodgers fan before I'm a werewolf or
that's a
whatever.
better one. It's
Well,
also
I don't know. I think maybe have I don't know, just the wording of it. Like you should have said to like their identity is secondary to
I'm a
the
Trekkie,
duty to their country.
right? You didn't have to go
When you make it
specific,
like that, you make it sound like they're an agent of the Communist Party.
well, they are.
which
They openly basically say they are,
well,
which is
Well, see,
also stupid because keep in mind this is not Forsaken. This is Apocalypse. Do you want to know? There's already a society of shape changers, and werewolves were not the dominant feature. It was called the Beast Courts.
yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
this
and
yeah, that's
means
right. Oh well,
nothing.
they've gotten rid of the beast courts, so it's like
Well, yeah, because just because Achilles an
most likely,
asshole. He's a
most like,
self-righteous asshole
yeah.
who probably hated him.
Well, most likely also the Chinese government had done various things that render them extinct.
Well, oh God, yeah. I mean, they wiped out the dolphins.
look, they
Yep.
ended up in the look. Go to your local Chinese restaurant. You'll find the remnants of the beast courts somewhere in the pork. What the fuck is it? Pork lo mein.
They do bring up though also, for communal cultures, like they might keep, especially to fight against erasure. Like they bring up the Sami. that tribe being important.
Oh, so you do care about tribes. How did you let that through? How did Karim let that through, huh? Is it because they don't speak an Indo-European language, asshole?
In the British Fens, many Silence Riders might use the legend of the Black Shuck as a central figure in their traditions, while in the Mexican highlands, the horned serpent is known as the feathered serpent, leading the local ghost council to be oracles rather than occultists.
You're still occultists, essentially.
Yeah. They bring up, people who are renunciates, people who,
What page are you on? Sorry, it's just
this is page 19.
Thank you. I apologize.
Also, Dark, why get rid of the Beast Course?
'Cause fuck you.
Because it's a soft reboot.
It's essentially shoving Forsaken down your throat, yeah. And they got rid of the Beast Court specifically because that's too complicated. They wanted to make everything as close as humanly possible to the Chronicles. Because why repeat work? Why repeat work when when Onyx Path already did the work?
And we've got then the Forsworn, which are our Ronin, and then the Divisions.
Oh, they brought back the Ronin.
I guess so, but they're called the Forsworn now. Denied the companionship and support of Pack, Sept, and Tribe. You also could remove tribes.
All right.
What if the Glasswalkers didn't exist? What if they never even existed at all? Or what if you made your own? In which, yes, they do tell you you can create your own tribe based on a theme, have a patron, favor in a band, key renown, gifts. Just, make your own tribe. Screw the previous narrative or whatever.
So what you're saying is you can throw out the Heart Wardens or whatever the fuck they're called, and just bring back the Fianna. Got it.
Yeah.
Wait, does that? Oh, that means I could just completely ignore everything they're about to say for the next 200 pages. Congratulations,
yeah,
you
exactly.
You invalidated the rest of this book.
Now, let's start with the Black Furies, in which we open on an image of a woman beating a man to death with a dumbbell.
It's pronounced ma'am. I'm sorry. This is literally from Dead Rising 3. This is from Dead Rising 3.
Overcome, dismantle, demolish.
Is that an Adam's apple? Yeah, they're going that route. Okay.
No, that's not Adam's. No, that's just the shadowing.
That frame ain't natty though. I can tell you that.
Antex sponsored steroids. So, the tribal history of the Black Talons, as we all know, is that before rulers and warriors, Gaia needed liberators. Whenever structures of power emerged among her children, the scepter of oppression raised its head.
I don't like the Black Furies, but you're already doing them dirty. You're already fucking doing them dirty. One of the original points. One of the original concepts was they were the inspiration for the Amazons of Themyscira, and also one of the other neat kind of things they had was they were seen as a reflection of the Get, because as the Get became more chauvinistic, they took in those that they basically abused and protected them as like shields, shield maidens, basically.
Also the Sabbatic Dionysian rituals. There's that part of them for that first section.
And also remember that their patron spirit is the Gorgon.
Yeah.
Not
fuck Pegasus.
Not Pegasus, no.
Fuck you.
Pegasus, I think the Gorgon was one of the spirits available in...
Could have been one, but...
Gorgon was one of them. Also, Gorgon is technically a spirit of the wild. It's a type... It's a name for wild spirits, so this is kind of stupid.
But, having, I don't know, a gender non-conforming character or a spirit representing the tolerance and respect of the Black Furies, can't have it in this century.
Yeah, Adam, you should make your Roman werewolf tribe with these rules. Also, that's just the Warders of Man. I would just be making early Glasswalkers again. If I was going to make a tribe, I'd probably... Okay, hear me out. Why are Silent Striders the only African Guru tribe? There are Ethiopian wolves. Come on, don't you want Solomonic Beta Israeli werewolves?
Rastafarian
werewolves. Let's go.
That's one of the camps. That is one of the camps. So
Now,
you just have this dude smoking a spliff as he's covered in the blood from the Pentex security team he just wiped out, just chilling after a hard day.
yeah. Now, you'll notice in this story that the Black Furies, despite having very feminine coded characters like a Mother Warrior, Goddess, Gorgon, now no mention of them all being women.
I'm
I mean,
actually
that's one of the
surprised.
changes I actually like that they made to the Black Furies, which is that it's a tribe that takes in anyone that's willing to get revenge.
Well, yeah, because
Like,
they're supposed to be based on the Furies, the spirits of vengeance slash
right.
nemesis.
I prefer that compared to the rah-rah all-girl power version.
That's just
I
We do
because
have,
do.
White Wolf
yeah,
fucked that up. They did the same thing with the Verbena.
yeah, yeah. We do have to mention their inclusion in the French Revolution.
Oh,
Oh
fantastic.
no.
The French Revolution began as a cry for justice. Suppressed voices demanded equality, bread, and an end to chains both literal and symbolic.
So, the
They
Black Furies are
they saw
responsible
that.
for some of
Yeah.
the most misogynistic shit said
No, no,
about
no, no,
Marie
no, no.
Antoinette. You heard it here.
Yeah, actually,
You heard it here.
they whisper that
Oh,
apparently
wait, if they're
Louisa.
communists, does that mean they also tried to tell women to get back in the kitchen and not fucking vote? Because that's what a lot of early socialist movements did. Because they didn't want women in the workforce since it diluted labor pools. It took until
But
the fucking 1930s for them to change. No, actually, it took longer in some areas, like the 1950s in the UK, for example.
what?
Yeah, because remember, men going to work, if there's less people who can go to work, more labor power. So adding another 50% of the population drops your value down by a lot. It's the same reason why a lot of societal change happened after the Black Plague. Because when a lot of humans died, that means that the peasants got a lot more voting influence because they could just tell them to go fuck themselves. Since,
So
yeah.
yeah. So Maximilian Robespierre fascinated many of the Furies of the time. This human spoke of virtue, sought to uplift the forgotten, and believed that justice could be achieved from the ground up.
You heard it here. Robespierre slayed a lot of Black Fury
And
puss.
yet,
He slammed a lot of
well,
Black Fury ass.
the Furies watched his ideals sharpen into obsessions. The quest for liberty became a crusade against every enemy. I don't know, because you killed the king, and now the rest of the world is terrified that you're going to murder all the other leaders.
Do you think they
A
wrote
lot of it was
slash fiction between
opportunism.
Robespierre and the guy who had to stay in the bathtub screaming "kill them all"?
Moreau?
Yeah, Moreau. Do you think they had to kill? Do you think they wrote a lot of slash fic between those two?
Um, so yeah, many of them turned from Robespierre with heavy hearts, but not surprised. When Robespierre fell from the blade he once commanded, many Black Furies tried to remember the lesson they learned from him. Passion without wisdom becomes fanaticism, and justice without mercy becomes tyranny.
Yeah, but you kept losing that knowledge. Why do you think you're one of the worst
And then we see
tribes?
what they did in America. By that meaning, taking over and colonizing the indigenous Black Furies.
Okay. The whole entire point was there weren't indigenous Black. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's that? We're gonna, because
Uh-huh.
we've lost the Native American reference with the two brothers. We're just gonna expand it to all the tribes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Also, Private Penguin, 60% of Black Fury kinfolk can trace their lineage back to Robespierre.
Yeah. It's just like how Oswald Mosley was the real killer of Kennedy. Little did people know that the Cult of Reason was backed by an Amazon brigade of burly werewolf mommies.
So
If
it
you're
turns out,
actually curious, they had to get a cabal of Nefandi to defeat him by essentially summoning a triadic worm component to destroy the werewolf brigade that was protecting him.
also bear in
The
mind, we're
one
adding
time the
now
Satanists did something
yeah,
right.
we're now adding the element of indigenous resistance
You could have
into
kept
the
that. You could have kept that if you decided to make the Uktena,
yeah
Wendigo, and Croatan like tribes again.
into the
I know
narrative
Croatan are gone,
yeah
but still.
yeah into the narrative of all the werewolf, pretty much all the werewolf tribes. Does this really not make much sense and kind of muddles the message? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but remember, we natives smoke 'em peace pipe.
Yeah, ignore
and
that the
be
Comanche
one
were
with nature.
responsible for scorched earth tactics and that the Aztecs had one of the most evil coded societies ever fucking seen in the world. You don't have any other versions, do you? I mean, I can talk to you about how a lot of scalpings were done on innocents by comparison because they were easier to get at.
But let's go into the some of the characters. So we have Sora, Vesper,
Oh, we're not covering
Ionescu,
the rites of passage and all this other hibbity.
and we're already 30 minutes in.
Fair enough. Hey, they stole from the Black Furies first edition book because one of the concepts they had was a nun.
Well, no, this
That
is a
was second.
Vulcanberg Foundation.
Oh,
Oh yeah, this is from.
So-
Oh fuck this. Yeah, I just
So,
recognized the name.
well, no,
Fuck
so
off.
this she was a Romanian family, old money, uh, but
Romanian.
her
Pagonis is
her
Greek. They don't. That's a Greek. That's Greek.
oh
They fucked it up.
oh, but she
Karim,
changed after
do
trying to
white
save
people
a.
all just look the same to you, man?
This isn't Krim. This is probably other white people not doing their basic research on last names.
Yeah, Pagonis is Greek. It's
Yeah.
a fucking
So
Greek last name.
let's see. She tries to stop a bunch of traffickers who were kidnapping a local girl. In her 20s, she did the one thing that most Europeans don't do and actually protect the Romani people.
I mean, are they going that she's Romani descended?
No, again, downtrodden and the oppressed.
Fair enough. I mean, the concept of a nun doing that and like actually going full
So,
Christian element that does
yeah,
make sense.
the problem here is that she shattered the homes she was meant to defend and actually killed somebody. Like, just
That's pretty
injuring
normal
random
for Guru,
people.
though. That's somewhat normal
So
for
she
Guru.
realized her mistake and created an entire monastery for Black Furies who have gone too far, fear their own claws, who need space to face their mistakes.
Oh, they are just copying from Val. Do you think Renegade Studios
no,
was actually
Valkenburg
listening to us
Foundation.
glazing it?
No, Valkenburg
It
Foundation's very different than
it's
this.
different, but it's the closest reference.
It's a good concept. I'm not gonna get angry. It's one of the better concepts I've seen from Werewolf Fifth, but that's not hard.
We have here also later on um, Mateo Riverbite Fernandez.
Okay. Now, traditionally, for those who aren't familiar with the old Black Furies, I think most of you are, but for those who are new, who have only experienced Werewolf Fifth, male Black Furies tended to be Métis because they couldn't reproduce and because they were usually this get of them.
So Mateo
This
here's
this dude is
yeah.
a static villain. This is Shiv from Static Shock. What are
He
you
is a
doing? Are you stealing the barbed wire to sell for fentanyl for Dakota City, buddy?
no, he's destroying infrastructure in Uruguay.
He's breaking into a place to shut down a power plant or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a Static
He's about to
Shock
strip
villain,
a
though.
data center for all of it. He's about to strip a data center for all of the copper wire.
Just use your gift to turn your arms into knives. Fuck's sake.
Let's see.
Also, why did you have the brown person do this? Why couldn't you have the Greek nun do this?
Well, I mean, he's from Uruguay. This takes place. His story takes place in Uruguay.
All right.
If he was Argentinian, no, that would still be correct.
I mean, he's going all over South America, apparently, like dismantling anything he considers this unnatural encroachment upon Guru territory.
Yep.
So what you're saying is he is a fent addict who is stealing all the copper piping. Are you sure this guy isn't
Exactly.
actually a ratkin? I think this is a ratkin disguised as a guru.
I know, but I do have to go to page 36 here, where we get, our classic attitudes towards other groups page.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay, so here we
Look
go.
at the font, the style. Doesn't that scream werewolf?
This looks like a form given to you by HR to explain why you have to go to the 5-hour struggle session because you accidentally
They didn't even
offended
do it-
someone by bringing ginger snaps and they were just intolerant to the ginger and you didn't
They didn't
fucking
even do
know.
it in
Also-
the author voice, they added quotes for this. It's like they got the assignment.
Everything
It's,
is
bro,
wrong.
bro said, "Hey, can I copy your homework?" and somehow still got it fucking wrong.
Also, Ebony Williams, there are no Mati anymore, because remember, that's a slur.
No, it isn't. It's the specific term for like scions of French trappers and native women and men.
We don't use those slurs here.
Says the
It's
people
a
who aren't part
legitimate
of the
ethnic
culture at
group.
all. Speaking
But
of which,
now,
I found where the error is. There was supposed to be a Romanian character, Sora Ionescu. That's Romanian.
Yep,
Pagonis is
that's
Greek. Ionescu is
yep.
Romanian.
Kind of mixed that up.
How do you fuck that up?
Editing.
They had how many editors did they have versus
Basically,
writers?
but they wrote these sections, and then the names were picked out of a hat by editors, and then the editors were supposed to make sure the names matched up with what they were planning on doing with characters.
Oh no, it's worse than that. I can tell that they probably borrowed this from behind the name. Okay, I need to come up with like a random European name. Behind the name, can you help me? Sure, Ionescu. Yeah, that'll hark.
let's see.
It could be worse.
We
I'd
do
basically just be
yeah.
looking at whatever famous dictators are from that region and just use those last names.
you get Vlad Ceausescu.
Exactly, like
Vlad
Vlad Ceausescu, the Shadow Lord.
you get you get you get Alexandros Metaxas.
Yeah, Alexandros Metaxas, the Black Fury. Vlad Ceausescu, the the Shadow Lord.
You get Maximilian
the
Bonaparte,
Shadow
the
Lord-
fucking.
Charles O. Manson, the child of Gaia.
Well, they already did him.
Yeah,
He's a black spiral dancer kinfolk.
Oh yeah, that's
he
right.
was Children of Gaia kinfolk, but whatever.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no. But we have here our
No,
divisions.
you forgot my favorite. You forgot my favorite one. Santa Ana Trujillo.
Santa Ana Trejo.
No, Trujillo, the dictator of the Dominican Republic.
Oh no. At least don't have the get, because otherwise we'd be having to talk about well, you can already guess.
Gabriel Pinochet
Yeah.
of Paraguay.
So you have this hipster. This hipster is pretending to be poor. She is harassing a bunch of poor construction workers who are just trying to get to their commute. She may or may not have just taken gas station meth. By the way, you can get gas station painkillers. That's what she's on right now. And these poor fucks have to deal with her for the next 2 hours. That's hell. That is hell.
Well, okay, one quick comment though. They did include the Bacchantes again in this book for the Black Furies.
Oh, they did,
bring
yeah.
back that. Which is okay. Like, congratulations. You did your research, you looked back at some of the old books and you found something neat and you brought it forward. Still doesn't save the rest of this.
Well, they've been doing
So-
that for quite a bit. They did it in the Hunter book, for example. They brought back the SAD and they brought back Project Twilight, for example.
So the tribal history of the Bonars, as we all know, that they were the little brother of the Silverfang, and Worm attacked. Bonar siblings went charging in. The Bonar bided his time, keeping low to the ground, and saved the day. But the other wolves called him cowardly. But he gets the respect of Rat.
That's a really fucked up and incorrect take. They were called the Bone Gnars because they were seen as lacking in conviction. So they would forever be the ones that gnawed the bones because they didn't have the guts to just
They don't
do the
get
fucking and purge him.
They're also connected.
They do the least, so they get the least of the kill.
They're
Yeah.
also connected to the Yellow Turban Rebellion.
Okay, interesting choice. They're a millenarian death cult.
Many
Okay.
Bonar, drawn as they are to the downtrodden and cast off, many Bonars identified with the Yellow Turban cause.
I mean, a peasant rebellion in general, yeah.
You accidentally came up with something good. It's a shame it's in this fucking book.
Yeah, that's actually like okay, that makes sense. If we don't have the beast courts, yeah, sure.
That's actually fire. It's a shame that this was accidental.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but it's all werewolves.
Oh man.
And then the Bonars get
still think the
targeted in
beast-
the Black Plague.
No. Think about it like this. I still think the Beast Courts would be more fun. You could still do the Beast Court because you could have. It wouldn't be Bonars though. It'd be like what's their face? It'd be Ratkin. It'd
Sound
be
Sanders,
Nizumi.
Stargazers. Ah, the rat people, yes.
Because
The
remember,
rat
China
people.
is like 90% of the human population. So if you set up like the An Lushan Rebellion, you wipe out 95% of humanity.
They're also the Eastern European migrants to America.
That's more of a Shadow
Uh,
Lord thing.
Yeah.
No. You see, they migrated in large numbers to the U.S. in the late 19th and 20th century. Enthusiastic adopters of the American dream that they could build a better life for themselves and their children across the Atlantic.
Oh, if
Because
that's
that's everything that the Garu want to do is work hard, develop a nice little nest egg, get a nice suburban home, a wife and 2 kids and a dog. Not fight the
Well,
worm.
one of the rules of the guru is you do have to pass on your knowledge either through children or through teaching.
so. Here's the question then: because they no longer have a specifically Irish tribe, why couldn't they just put them in with that? So we get wife beater O'Houlihan, the Bonar.
Well, no. Based on that, they're Polish.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. This is actually offensive
so
to me.
wife beater Kowalski, the
No, this is actually offensive to me because I'm Eastern European mostly genetically, so they're basically calling me
And
a bonar.
and then Vietnam, Watergate, and Reagan destroyed their idea that they could attain the American dream.
Captain
I mean
America did
Reagan. I
it
can see
better.
destroying.
They're
I can see
boomers.
Reagan destroying
They're
a lot, but
legitimately boomers.
oh
They're
no.
no, they're the old Roosevelt block, the old New Deal dream guys. That convention.
Well, no. They're boomers who remember, free love and everything, but then they mellowed down and are now just completely addicted to Newsmax and Facebook.
These are the
Oh
people that
no.
are on life support and they're not even watching it, but CNN's in the background because they got the deal with the hospital, the nursing
Turn
home.
turn on Tucker. I want to see Tucker Carlson.
These are the people that accidentally have their phone on and are just listening to the quartering the entire time without even paying attention because they're just that demented. But no, straight up, this is a fucking garbage take for the Bonars. I'm gonna rate this 2 out of 10, and the only reason I'm
I'm gonna,
giving two is because of
Oh god damn
Yellow
it!
Turban
They've
Rebellion.
got a goddamn Invincible reference in here.
where?
Page 56
Fair
Okay, that's
under
enough.
way down.
Let's.
Stolen
That's
Moons.
way down, man.
I mean,
I know. I was scrolling through this because we'd be here all night if we're just gonna
Well, you
go.
got to look at page 49, and I think
that's
that is a
ketamine.
rat in a. That's a rat human.
That's ketamine.
That's a man on ketamine.
No, that's a woman.
It's a stunning and brave trans woman on ketamine.
Oh wait, I was looking at
And
page
I gotta say
47.
it
My bad.
it is a rat man because I'm pretty sure that with the face stuck in that grin, that was taken from another human being.
That's a fear. Well, actually, here's the fun fact since I don't think you guys know. Renegade Studio has gotten in a lot of trouble, and they still do it, by just taking random photos from the fucking internet and then just very sloppily and shittily painting over it. So this is
They're not even
probably a
doing their
real.
own photoshopping their own shit like the old White Wolf guys used to do.
No, fuck that. They got in trouble for that because a couple of characters were like actual stock photos that they just ran through effective, not necessarily AI, but very quickly through Photoshop. So
So where's the Invincible reference?
Uh, under the Stolen Moons, under others.
Stolen Moons, for
It's
those
really
curious,
pathetic.
are the skin dancers. They are the guys that followed Samuel Haight. They're trying to bring them back.
It's really pathetic how much they needed to do to imitate a tiny fraction of our power.
Oh,
Yeah, where page
I
54?
mean, they kill 5 of
Page
you.
page 56.
They
Oh,
they, they kill 5 of you.
the entire point of the
And
bone nars are you die like frogs in a blender.
Well, they die like frogs in a blender because they go out like, well, as somebody put it, like they're like junkyard dogs,
Well, also straight
right?
up, they
They're
take the
vicious
rest.
fucking yeah.
They're the
They're
Guru
vicious.
version of Hufflepuff. They take the rest.
also, I like here as an archetype is the dark web seeker.
Oh God.
You know,
Yeah, I mean the stuff that Rat digs up that actually makes sense.
it does somewhat. At the same time, though, if it's the web, it's the weaver, and if it's the weaver, it's the glass walkers.
Yep. Anyway, next up is Children of Gaia. I
Yeah.
I don't what even is this art?
Uh, it looks like a child. It looks like the child of this guru is trying to stop
That
their guru parent from killing their other
I
parent.
think I know what they traced it
It's
from.
spousal abuse.
No. I think look up the Vargulf.
Oh fuck! It's
Yeah.
like a character writing of Vargulf, isn't it? I was thinking of Rat Ogre.
No.
If
Hold
you can
on.
get the picture, I'll show it because that's fucking pathetic. Yeah, for those wondering, Renegade has a bad habit of tracing art. It's almost like it's because this book doesn't do well, so they don't give a shit. Remember, they get mocked by the My Little Pony RPG they also released, so why should they care?
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it, because fuck this. Fuck this, they need to suffer. Your pain must be more intense. Your suffering must be even stronger. Oh god, you're right. Okay. I'm gonna copy and save that image and put it down.
Get an overlay over, see if you can match them.
I am not that competent, but I will attempt. Because what the actual fuck? What the actual
Corporate wanted to
fuck?
ask you to find the difference between this picture and this picture.
Yeah,
You
they're
just edit out.
basically the fucking
Yes.
same.
It is painfully so.
So
Like
it's not the
you
highest.
even
It's not the highest quality, guys, but don't worry.
Somebody contact Games Workshop about this.
So let me lower the opacity on this. I gotta add a filter. Sorry, guys. This is live editing. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that works. There we go. I lowered the opacity. Now,
I have that model, in fact.
care to compare?
It is incredibly similar. Just in the way the arms outstretched, the ears pointed, the other arm that's at a
It's basically the
diangle.
big long gun arm that it has. They just added a child on it. Graphics design is my passion. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's a fake.
They're phonies!
Phonies. He's a big fat phony.
You're a phony! A big fat phony! Hey guys, look at Renegade Studios! They're a bunch of big fat phonies!
But
I don't like this book. It insists upon itself.
Its
so,
smug
as we all
aura
know,
mocks me,
yeah,
Charlie.
their patron spirit is Unicorn, and the Children of Gaia claimed that the Garu were not only serving Gaia but the entire triad.
Given that there is a camp that
Okay.
basically said lay down and let the worm rape you, yeah, I could believe it. I could believe some of them believe that. The entire point of these guys were, hey man, can't we just like get along and not just murder all the fucking humans?
And each other.
Yep.
And the
They
other
claim
shifters.
they claim that they were against the Impergium.
They probably were.
What they did, though, is they very much enjoyed the age of the Enlightenment,
Of course they did.
and then they came to America and colonized.
So these
Of
guys were
course they did.
unironic watchers of Sergen of Smart back in the day. They watched Sargon of Akkad back in the day. They were liberalists.
They
Oh wait,
embraced the Dark Enlightenment.
now they just be very bad and impotent members of the cult of Fenris.
I'm just now envisioning them being members of the Mises Caucus just because of that. Fuck it.
No,
Rem-
they're radical libertarians.
Reminder that these guys are responsible for creating Samuel Haight because he was a Children of Gaia's kinfolk, and Charlie Manson before he became a Black Spiral Dancer kinfolk.
But
They're
yeah.
awful.
So the centuries of colonization have muted the conflicts through death and assimilation, but some say if we were to fight the war as one, we have to decolonize the tribe.
What?
I don't know. Well, what does that mean?
What do you mean?
That's just
Like, what does
soft
that even
voluntary
mean?
extinction.
Exactly. I mean, that's kind of what at least to me, the term when people bring up decolonize means. It's whatever the person who's wielding that word says it is.
I see it as voluntary extinction of yourself. Because you're basically
Yeah,
saying, yeah, just fuck it. I'll become
Like,
a
if they
bone
mean
gnawer and die in a shed.
we have to withdraw and focus our forces,
like what
I
does
but
mean, the
that's
nation's cooked,
probably
sure.
not
not being westernized? Like
Yeah, I don't get it.
like
I
no, because decolonization could just mean that they need to like withdraw
just have
back to a
all of the non-indigenous Garu leave?
no,
Maybe stop
no,
caring
more
so
like
much
do we need
about
to like
human traditions or something.
no, because all right, follow with me here. Maybe what they mean is that as a tribe, they need to withdraw into one area and focus there.
That's just asking
I
for the world to prolapse because the last time they neglected it, uh, several,
Right, which
yeah.
is it's stupid, but it's the only interpretation I can think of
I
that
think the
sort of
camp.
tracks with that.
I think the camp. This sounds like there's a camp in the Children of Gaia that basically say, yeah, there's no point, dude. So like, let's lay down and let the worm kill us all, bro. I
Well,
think they
there's another
won.
camp that's basically like we should look into the Garter Nation and withdraw from the rest of it.
Oh, also
Like,
straight up, they made them right by talking like, yeah, the nation would collapse, and yeah, they were right, but in one of the lamest ways possible.
I mean, yeah, the Children of Gaia are important for the rest of the Garter Nation. Doesn't mean that they're not insufferable at points.
It also doesn't mean that they don't have one of the worst fucking tribe books.
They have two of the worst fucking tribe books. One of them
Yeah,
covers fucking Woodstock 99.
yeah.
There's gay werewolves in that one. One of which is an actual wolf.
Well, I mean, that's not the
that
only time they do that. Remember that in Werewolf 20, there's the one werewolf who removed their genitalia using silvered instruments to become stunning and brave.
I mean, that's just like standard werewolf weirdo behavior.
You
That's
say
not.
that, but it was written by David Hill.
Oh,
Yeah, David Hill was on that one. By the
oh,
way, shout
okay.
out to Galliard Group for covering that pile of shit.
so let's see. Divisions. Bringers of Eternal Peace.
Divisions is just their fancy way of, oh god, look, they got the neutered and effeminatized black person.
Oh no, they
This
got
is
that twice.
they want to
They got
geld
the
you,
twink.
Scroll
people.
down, scroll down,
They're trying to geld you, brothers.
Oh
scroll
no, they
down.
got the femboy. They got the twink. His
It-
ass is
not
not ready for the
not
Geta
no,
Fenris.
not his. They them's ass.
Oh,
They them's ass about to
fantastically
get
annoying.
dicked down by a goddamn Geta Fenris frat boy in this month's hottest hits on Pornhub. So you know the
Is this actually being
We're listen.
This
We're
is
gonna defeat the worm by
that twink
producing
is about to
ethical
be obliterated.
pornography.
no, no,
Then
no.
rail me in the back.
No, this is oh no, they accidentally got a groiper to do the art for them. This is their actual hidden fantasy. This is their hidden bleached fantasy.
It's like the reverse of that Black New World Order turning them all into sissified twinks
No, 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 you don't
thing.
understand.
It
That
was
is an actual thing. Because of actual racists getting pissed off by it, there's the counterpart that's called bleached that gets dunked on even harder because it's usually just editing BBC porn. It's just
What?
usually editing the porn to turn
bleach.
them white.
I mean, all right, I'll give them props for the name at least. Like that took at least a couple brain cells.
I like how we
They are
had
trying to geld the melanated individuals of the world.
They're try. Oh God, I'm just thinking now of buck breaking.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
It's like
Did Tariq Nasheed write this?
what did the Gaians do in the antebellum era America?
Well, obviously they were getting railed by the plantation owners to emasculate the black man.
No. They weren't getting railed. They were doing the railing. You see, you notice how these two they look a little paler.
Oh no.
Well, I mean that's a common that's common among African Americans usually because of a combination of latitude because it is latitude, but it also is genuinely there is white admixture into the DNA.
I'm making the admixture joke. Let's see. I do like here with the divisions, the bringers of eternal peace, in which they say
Those are the
the
guys
unique
that say
solution.
lay down and die. By the way,
Yeah, why couldn't if Gaia died, she'd be reborn.
That's
And
that
brings
the
us to
idea,
a
yeah.
wonderful group. What's that inquisitorial group from Warhammer 40k that wants to actually have the Emperor die?
The Plutonians?
Sure, let's call them the Plutonians. Yeah, no, what are they, radicals?
Yeah,
They
the
have to be.
radicals they study death, and their idea is that they could basically like let the Emperor die and shove his soul back in the body so that it's still there.
I think the other concept was the Emperor is tethered to his decaying body, like the God Emperor is tethered to his
That's
body.
part of the Plutonian philosophy too. If we free him, theoretically he's more powerful, and yeah,
Also,
they're
Angel
weird.
Oreo. Weren't the plantation owners Venture and Toreador? A lot of them were, except in Milwaukee by Night, where a gangrel was. The main gangrel in
He
that one was a
it
plantation owner.
wasn't the gangrel. I think that was a Bruja. I
No, he
think
was gangrel. He was a gangrel.
was he gangrel? I'd have to look
He
through that book
was.
again.
He
Oh,
was.
then there's another group here, the Parting. They want to cure delirium.
I think that's also another camp. These are actual camps. They just kind of shitified them a bit.
I
Like both.
can't remember these.
No,
camps.
they want to make sure delirium doesn't work. Seeding media with evidence of werewolves.
Oh, no. Okay, so go back up to the twink. Go back up to the twink who likes to get their pussy destroyed. Okay. This is actually an attempted induction of a kinfolk. These are the people behind the monster romances that women jill to.
Well, no.
Oh
This
my
this is
god!
this. No, the character's
These are
name
the
is
fuckers behind
Chronicler,
Minotaur.
and
Yeah,
Chronicler's
this is
whole
the
thing is
Minotaur
to
Milk Farm Riders.
yeah. The Chronicle's whole idea is to search even through the Umbra for the truth about Garu history. Oh, we're going into dark, deep caves, aren't we?
Oh, the Path Home guys? No. This is actually even more offensive if you think. This is actually a take on the African American movements to try to identify their origins, the roots movements that tried to figure out where their ancestry came from. Because remember, African American studies they struggled to understand because sub-Saharan African knowledge was not very good. Because
Yeah,
unless it was
and
Egypt, nothing was fucking, and maybe
we
Mali.
we was
Uh,
yeah, that's where we get all the wee wuzzers and all
This is
that.
just
But
reheated chemitism.
this is a bit different. No, the path home seems to be more like we should just get everyone back in the nation.
So what you're
Make
saying
us
is these are
make us
children of
whole
Gaia
again,
Zionists?
Garu.
No, these are
Make us whole
are
again.
these are COG Gaia. These are COG Zionists.
That's a different group.
No. I think it would be more like this. It would be more like, okay, we need to get back to the true Abrahamic religion. So we just need to unite Jews, Christians, and Muslims all together.
Oh,
Hey, you know
we
what?
need to
Bring the
create
Mormons and the Zoroastrians in there as well. Why not?
hell. Why
Baha'i,
not the Buddhists?
the
You know,
Baha'i,
let's make a new Bible. Let's call it the Orange Catholic Bible.
the children of Gaia start the Butlerian Jihad.
Why
Just
not?
you know what? Add it. What if you made Dune but added werewolves to it?
You know the sad thing
That
is, I
works
don't think
pretty
it
well.
would change that much. Not because it wouldn't change the plot, but it's like, oh, they turned into a giant flesh-eating monster. Okay,
Right.
that's not even the weirdest thing in Dune.
Now, next up is the Gale Stalkers, and as we all know, the Gale Stalkers representing the North Wind, Ithaqua, Wendigo. We start with a Chinese one.
Plus 500. Actually, no,
By the way, the
you
story
wouldn't get social credit for this. The
the
Chinese
story
hate
about
women.
this. So, okay, first off, we need to start playing, of course, the one fun Chinese revolutionary song, and then somebody needs to start reading the actual. Yeah, the Red Sun Always Rises or whatever the fuck it is.
Also, also, yeah.
Yeah, like that one. You know,
No.
we are
No,
probably
De Mao
offending to
Zedong.
I can't
we're
do
probably
Chinese.
offending to like 2 Chinese people ever who have ever listened to this.
I'm
If I should-
trying my
Stumbled on
best.
this.
I'm trying my best. I think the singer was Yue just because of the intonation in the dialect.
Yes,
Now-
but
now
since
we
part
all-
of this is yeah, Gale
Now-
Stalker
So yeah,
Jack
remember the Wendigo?
Crow enters an ice facility.
Yeah.
I just want to shit this on this further. This is one of the Pure Land tribes. They actually
look at the
committed.
Wendigo.
They actually committed cultural appropriation by doing this.
Well, no. Instead, we have Jack
Thank you, Sweden.
Stormcrow.
Like Gandalf.
Gandalf Storm.
Also, Stormcrow, which is god, is it better than Stormcrow? Was a common Magic the Gathering meme.
It was. Also, Stormcrow is a European convention because crows were often seen to herald bad news because carrion crows usually orbited around battlefields to eat the
Yeah,
dead.
the Stormcrow meme was basically
Fucking
just
hell.
It
so
looks like that.
stupid.
So it looks like that. No, instead, what was it?
Cries Havoc. The name for the lupine and the lupine shifters suck, by the way.
I
It's
mean,
like
that's been tradition throughout the entire writing of
Yeah, but
it's
you
like the
all
could
name.
cook better. I came up with Drives the Train, for example.
drives the train.
Yeah,
I
the,
mean,
bo-
Man,
the Bone Gnar engineer Arun, who basically got the name because while he loves trains, he also, when he gets mad, can use rage to move fast enough to hit like a fucking train.
So because they're so despite the fact that the Windstalkers are supposed to be throughout the world, there's no reference to them meddling with human history. Instead, we do get an example of the Wormcomers, in which apparently the indigenous Galestalkers were fighting amongst each other, and the
okay,
European
sorry.
Galestalkers.
The name the Wormcomers.
That sounds like a very
Couldn't you just call
disturbing.
it the? Could you just call them the White Man?
Well, that's what
Well, I mean, they're
happened
shooting
originally.
white ropes all over the place if they're the Wormcomers.
Yeah.
But Tish, but
They also hate the Black Spiral Dancers.
I
so does everybody.
I
Well,
think my
no,
favorite.
because they communicated with the White Howlers, told them not to go on their suicide quest.
That never happened because they were in the Pure Lands. No.
Well, okay. Here's the
Don't
thing.
let anyone tell you wrong. The Galestalkers were actually in Europe.
Okay, from what I remember of old werewolf lore, Griffin, which is the old totem of the White Howlers, did I think either go to the Wendigo or the Red Talons. I can't remember
Red
which.
Talons.
So it's not like completely crazy.
No,
It's
it's still
just
stupid.
mostly crazy.
It's completely fucking stupid. So here's the thing, right? First off, they're called Windstalkers because they heard some people say that you can't say Wendigo, even though they got the permission by the goddamn tribe in the 90s to do it. Just keep that in mind. Like, they got the name, they talked with the actual Algonquin people, they took it because this is an actual spirit. And two, by trying to indicate that there's Western ones, it actually denigrates the tragedy of werewolf, where because they are sometimes man, they are sometimes infected with man's ideas. Because man's ideas help them get better in some ways, but it can drag them down. They get
Yeah, I
whooped
just
their ass for a reason.
mind you, I just also dislike the pure tribes generally because I just think that they're less well developed than they could be.
Well, yeah, because it's rah 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 Native Americans so ooh goo good for the most part, which is just fucking
Well, that's
insipid.
part of it. The other part of it is it's like, okay, so their population has to be even smaller than basically all the other tribes.
Yeah, I mean they'd basically be dead. The Uktana
Yeah.
solved that by actually communing among the
Right.
slaves.
We do have though here a character Mikkel Anderson, Reclaimer of Voices. You know, a classic Algonquin name.
The
Who's
Getter Shadow Lord who's called Covers the Body Cam. That's a good one, Angel Arroyo.
That's a great one.
But so Mikkel Anderson here's goal.
Sorry, get deed name. Found the stairs in the first story building.
But
No.
get
The inverse.
no.
Brutalizer of police. Instead of police brutality, it's they turn it around. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Begins beating up the Bakersfield Police Department.
So
ambulance caller is also a fantastic deed name.
Calls for ambulance,
but not for me.
We have so this guy's goal is to destroy LLMs by being a journalist.
This is also going to very much date this book the moment that bubble cracks.
Didn't they include NFTs in the first one?
Yes.
Listen, I am all for Werewolf Will Stansel, the Lion in Minneapolis, but
Werewolf Will Stansel's an amazing shitpost.
He is he is the head. He would be the head of the Children of Gaia.
No.
Oh.
Black Furies, 100%. You need to understand the man.
You're right.
He did help organize that whole like ice sting using dating sites.
That would be a Black Fury thing.
He also
Yeah.
wasn't the one to leak the circle. They did out of anger and petty spite because they didn't get the attention.
Right.
All right, let's see.
Again, this is a pro Will Sansel podcast.
Oh, also, they
Hail
have
the Stanselreich.
Hail the Stanselreich. The Lion of Minneapolis, inshallah, he shall reign over all.
actually no. Here's my funny idea on how you could have. Okay, here it is. He's actually a get all along, and that's the reason why he sticks out. He sticks out and takes the arguments because it proves his conviction. He's
Well,
like
then
you
everything
think.
else
No,
got
everyone
apparently
thinks.
wrong.
Everyone thinks he's like a Children of Gaia or a Black Fury. No, he's a get that's been. He's a get, and no one believes him.
Oh.
No
Oh,
one
that
believes him
makes-
because he isn't a traditional rah I punch you.
But he proves he's the strongest because he doesn't bow down to his moral. He doesn't change his moral convictions. He doesn't change his argument. You know, he is.
Because of like public pressure or anything like that. He is staunchly whatever the fuck he believes.
Will Stansel is Nietzsche's Ubermensch.
He kind of is. He kind of is. Also, unlike other jokesters, guess what? He actually came somewhat close to becoming a politician. I can name on one hand a few others that came close-ish. By the way, hello there, Gallery Group. We're currently shitting on the Gale Stalkers, aka the Wendigo, where they tried to justify, oh no, they were European Wendigo, because it seems kind of a bad. You would think that having the Get annihilate the Wendigo would actually further establish why you don't want them in your tribe. You think you would keep that just because it would really emphasize their villainy, since they were the ones responsible for that particular bout of genocide.
Well,
that was actual genocide.
Yeah, that does bring up
the
then.
Wendigo were in fact kind of asking for it.
Oh god, yeah. They were insufferable in the previous books for the most part.
That does bring up the image of the Ghost Council, which if we go there,
these guys.
We will see a Native American woman with a bow and arrow.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Oh, wait, that's just the fucking Tomb Raider cover.
It probably is. Let me scroll down. That is the Tomb Raider cover. It's Trace Tomb Raider. And the character art design I think is stolen from a Street Fighter character. Because I think I've seen this in a fighting game somewhere.
Oh well, no, it's not Tomb Raider though. Her hair physics aren't that impressive.
They just edited that part.
Oh god, that looks like the cover of like one of the Tomb Raider remakes. I swear to God.
They didn't even finish the art. They probably skimped the artists, and he just gave them the unfinished shading. That's not finished art.
Look at that one wolf on the left.
AI.
It's got like a card eye.
That's just fucky spirit.
It's stylistic, but the thing is, it should be symmetrical. I mean, you look at the one on the right; it's got symmetrical eyes.
No, it's not. See, there's a fifth eye because they fucked up on the black shading, so that fourth eye is cut in half.
What? Yeah. Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if the wolves were AI generated and then just shoved into the background. This is unfinished art. They published this and didn't give a shit.
This is $20. Is $20.
This is. I paid a Fiverr artist $20. I paid them $10, and they said, "Fuck it, here you go. I'm not finishing it." And then they just put it in anyway.
Yep, we have their patron spirit be the horned serpent. It's very interesting. I'm gonna go Google right now, horned serpent.
Well, while you're doing that, could you also look up what the original totem are? Because what they do is they sneakily change the main totems a lot of the fucking time.
No, this was in fact the main.
Wow, the first thing I get when I see the word horned serpent is that it appears in the appears in the mythology of many cultures, including Native Americans, European, and Near Eastern. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty common motif.
At the same time, though, when we talk about the horned serpent, we're talking Native American.
Look, they couldn't, of course, worship the one true, all-powerful spirit, which is the Great Horned Rat. Yes, yes. But
I'm just oh no you don't understand. You just made me laugh because I'm envisioning a Bonar who legitimately worships the Great Horned Rat.
the Great Horned Rat.
Like
Yes,
they
yes.
have a Warhammer Fantasy Skaven army that they basically that they basically went
They
bankrupt to
got out of a
maintain.
dumpster.
No. Remember, like they have to only have resources one minimum. They blow all of their money on this fucking army, on this fucking
They,
minis
they,
army.
they've spent all of their money on Warhammer. They are GW's strongest soldier.
You actually could see them on like you could see them on a variety of forms just showing up their huge fucking army.
This is the man who has spent 3 mortgage payments on Warhammer.
I'm just now envisioning a Mage Chronicle where you have one of your players get envious of this collection and you just run into the world's geekiest fucking Bonar or Ragabash.
Better yet, it's all these model games have been a New World Order plot this entire time for population control to self-select for the dumbest people possible by isolating all the nerdy population to create an idiocracy. To create an idiocracy by Okay, that's a little much even for that. I can't even keep a straight face
Yeah,
on
no,
that.
let's see. They also had a connection to the White Howlers.
Who didn't?
Because yeah, they're very clearly trying to
I
bring
guess I
back the
get well.
BSDs. Go fuck
Well,
yourself.
no. I guess it seems instead of having them be Native Americans, they're instead just attaching them to the fall of the White Howlers.
That's stupid.
That is pretty stupid.
To quote an emperor of an entire galaxy, what? That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
Also, we have a Shikobi Weird Eye Kenrick. Let's see.
That sounds like one of the mumble rappers you run into on SoundCloud.
That
You
I
have
was going to
Weird
say
Eye's
that just sounds like
Weeblog.
the real name of Uncle Ruckus.
It probably is.
She's a werewolf fan fiction writer.
Fantastic.
Hold on, what?
Yeah. And
What's her
given by the
AO3 tags?
given by the fact that wait a minute. Is that like a Native American headdress on her?
No, those are actually headphones.
No, there's something on her forehead. But she's got the gamer chair. Is this our VTuber?
Oh god, it might be. She's too
Or
clean.
was-
She's too clean, and there's not enough garbage.
There's not enough feet pictures. We can't tell
Also,
for sure.
where's her lesbian romance novels?
Where's the Dojin where she's a loser in it, despite being the main character?
Remember, the vast majority of VTubers are gay for pay.
No,
Or
I
just
think
really, really gay.
I
Yeah,
mean, some
no,
are
it's-
genuinely gay, but I wouldn't be surprised if you
Some?
could cut it in half.
I'm about to say
Some?
no.
Look, I'm saying like 1 out of 6 rather than 1 out of 3.
I want to. I'm telling you, man.
One
like,
out of
you figure-
6?
Oh, is it half? Then it's 1/4.
It might be half.
Okay.
It might be half. It's
I
like
think
the
it's just
Bastion
gay for
God
pay
every
because
depressed,
parasocial.
nerdy lesbian you've ever known.
There's some kind of gay.
Gay
Bi,
for pay, yeah.
trans, queer, whatever.
Or gay for pay. I mean, that is a thing. It's very common to get people to give money to you.
Some of them are definitely.
I mean, some, yeah, and then some. It's just like,
Yeah, I
no,
forgot it
this
was
is a
half. Yeah,
lesbian
No,
it's still like 1 out of 4. Yeah.
Let's see.
That's it.
Rumors about the
Divisions.
Ghost Council. They're a black spiral dancer splinter group.
What? Where?
Fuck you. Okay. I know it. Hey,
page
who had that
91.
on their shitco card?
90. Oh wait, no. That's a rumor. That's a rumor.
Doesn't
that's a
matter.
rumor. The other one is that they found the labyrinth, they found all that, and they basically just like, you know, the meme where the guy does the peace sign and just disappears. That's what they did when the White Howlers like, guys, little help. They just disappeared.
Oh, they do take in renunciates of the bat. Many were black spiral dancers who are either Ghost Council conducts or rank and file members who discovered ghost infiltrators.
Go fuck yourself. I knew it. I knew they were gonna do it. I can fix them! Go fuck yourself.
I can fix the servants devoted to entropy and destruction.
I mean,
They voluntarily chose to be members of entropy and destruction.
not all of them did.
A lot of them were fucked by their circumstances of birth, but it doesn't matter. It's a spiritual corruption. Some can find redemption. In fact, there is an entire point where you can find, I think it's the Silver Fountains of Erebus, or whatever it's called. It is a thing in the spirit lands that you essentially have to endure agonizing, aggravated damage to spiritually cleanse your soul.
Yeah,
There's a good
basically, you gotta
chance you'll
shove 'em-
die, but you
gotta
can come
you
out of
gotta
it clean.
force the VTubers to take a bath. All right, you gotta shove them
Oh.
in that water because they're stinky.
Like, if you want to have a redeemed BSD, okay. I don't think most of them would ever be, just because of the spiritual rot. Not on their purpose. Some of it, like, they're victims, yes, but they're like, they can't. It is a spiritual, cosmological rot.
But next up, though, we have is the Glasswalkers and this wonderful image of
Oh, we're
A
not doing
parody
any
of
of the
I'm s-
attitudes. Oh, fair enough. Fuck the attitudes.
of a parody of "I'm sorry to bother you."
So, on this
Or like-
episode of trying to racially grift while not being in the fucking country that's relying on the racial grift,
The one,
On
the
this
one on the
episode
wait, no,
of
the one on
completely
the right's
messing up-
the one on the right's the latest gay member of Turning Point USA.
he
It's
joined.
scarily accurate.
He joined specifically because he thought Charlie Kirk's ghost gave him a blowjob.
No, he gave Charlie Kirk's ghost a blowjob.
Yeah, he was in the
He
Umbra.
astrally projected. He
He projected, and then Vard Marcanis came up and anally raped him, and that's why he joined.
And he's. This is him ranting about how Charlie Kirk's ghost is trapped in a liberal mind cube. He's trapped to power Joe Biden's phylactery.
He Kirkuinly believes that the Charlie Kirk "We Are Charlie Kirk" song was written by a real person, and not some AI fucking slop.
He's Candace Owens' strongest soldier.
It's just Candace Owens cross-dressing.
Dark Sun.
We need to transvestigate Candace Owens now.
Oh yeah, because of that picture where she had a camel toe.
It's Clarence Owens, isn't it?
No. Then that means on the left, that you know what that is? That's Michael Obama.
Yeah, I'll take reheated. I'll take reheated Big Mike memes for 500, Alex. But yeah, hey, Dark Sun, do you like that this is what the Swedes and what these people want to convert black communities into? Neutered
This is
creatures?
what black
let's
people
move
look
on.
like. You see
Let's
the
move on.
uptight
Also the
Uncle
glasses.
Tom. You've got the Uncle Tom.
He's got the fucking
The
Urkel glasses.
other Uncle Tom is the cop, and then the poor downtrodden oppressed man.
Hey, remember?
the one-
you
Rise
remember all
up, brothers! Rise up!
Remember all the jokes we did not really make about the Black Mises Caucus member from Price of Freedom, other than he's going to try to shoot the post office or something? Because
Yeah.
that's
His
his
son.
politics. It's not his ethnicity. This is like, what are you doing? What do you mean by having this always be like this?
No,
Also, patron spirit spider, which is a fucking lie.
It's
It was
cockroach.
cockroach.
That was
Hey!
the whole point.
Cockroach.
So no, they don't fight for God. They fall into the Weaver.
Which
Yes.
okay, I'm fine. That was a big concern among them. Yeah, I'm fine with that. They shouldn't be a tribe that's playable then.
Oh, and they now have a new name.
That's also not.
You know how
I'm going to give defense.
what were they in the Wild West one?
Iron Riders, I think.
Now they're the Tetrasomians.
I mean,
I ain't calling him that.
I don't know what that
in fairness, keep in mind that
I am fucking dead naming these people, and no
Yeah.
one can stop me.
we're gonna dead name the Glasswalkers, but this is weird. I'm actually defending this. This is the tribe that, despite being the one that represents stasis the most, has changed their name the most amount of fucking times, and I don't know why. You think they'd be the most insistent on keeping their name? I don't get it. Like the tribe that represents stasis most rebrands itself the most fucking often. Doesn't that not make a lick of sense?
Progress.
The Black Spiral dancers are more static with their conventions than them.
By the way, I should mention that they're saying that the Weaver is both the Spider is both one of Gaia's strongest soldiers and also a fervent simp for the Weaver.
And I mean, the Anansi kind of work like that, yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is you're making that the patron spirit of this entire
Rather than
tribe.
Cockroach, which was more interesting.
Cockroach is way more interesting. Of like the way they present themselves as the upright, intelligent, genteel. Bro, your patron's
Also
a
having the
goddamn
double
bug.
angle. No, there's also the double angle that Cockroach always had, where I always will find a way to survive.
Right, cockroach will fucking eat each other, and if they get out of it.
And I
Like,
and
that's
I
sort of
like
where
that.
we're at.
It's to the point where Cockroach. This is one of my favorite things that Cockroach did. Had a backup plan in the event that the apocalypse happened and the Guru lost. He was working
Yep.
his angle on the fucking Samsa, the mockery breed, specifically so even if all other spirits fail, he still survives.
Yep.
And that
What
is
a fucking
fantastic.
yeah. And I mean, that's the other thing is that was part of the fun of the Glasswalkers is that they will fucking try to stab you in the back, much like the Shadow Lords, but for very different reasons.
And they're much
I
better
hate to
with their
do this to
PR.
you, Fredo.
Yeah,
Wait.
I was thinking we're going to have to downsize you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
We're going to have to. We have a new shift in opportunities, and then they send you to die.
Wait.
Like just
Basically,
the
yes.
PR speak, the HR speak you could
The
do as
Shadow
you
Lords
fuck
will be
them
like,
over.
"Nah, buddy, like it's totally fine. Go through that door. You're gonna become a made man."
So we have here as our character. We don't have a VTuber. We do have a vlogger
I
who
mean, they
talks
missed the
half travel
opportunity.
vlog, half collection of video essays on environmental urbanism using a lively masculine text-to-speech voice, but it's actually a woman who's I guess bringing up topics that the Sept faces and perhaps grooming her viewers into understanding werewolves exist. I'm using grooming
So
as a joking manner.
Fuck
She's
that.
so breaking the masquerade in the lamest way possible. And also you have to include the urban okay, so sorry about bumping the mic.
I mean, the
Urbanism is one of the
urbanism is
stupidest things
no, the
sometimes.
urbanism aspect of the Glasswalkers has been a thing from the very beginning for them. The
No,
urban
I
jungle.
meant the walkable city, fuck cars. Like that's kind of where they're orbiting into with this.
I mean,
Which is a very Glasswalker thing to do.
yeah.
Like
But then, but we have here
you
also
can't go.
on page.
Also, why does her VTube avatar look like Elon Musk's gay brother?
No, that's the other guy, Kavido Sion Maek.
Oh, that's Kivito. I didn't realize that was supposed to be a different person. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the
they're only doing
formatting
one out
for
of
this
two.
book sucks. No, the formatting for this book sucks ass because they put the picture next to the thing, next to the guy, but it's in the section where they're still fucking talking about through the
Yeah.
lens.
And then we have this woman. Oh my God! What's
Also,
wrong with your face?
if you're curious, Leon here, Tia, this person is actually Taiwanese because that is an old translation of a Chinese name. This is before the shift from Wade Giles to standardized.
Next page. What the fuck is that face?
I think that's a Paul Dini. I think that's a Paul Dini art sculpture that's somehow escaped and is trying to wear the flesh of other beings.
And she's a hacker.
I don't believe you. This
Oh my
bitch has
God.
acrylics. This bitch
No.
has acrylics.
She
How are
she
you
posted her
typing?
conclusions on a Walker online forum under the subject "We must heal the Weaver." All three
fucking hate
pillars
this
of reality
character
were
already.
losing themselves with the Weaver as the next aspect to fully go rogue like the worm.
I feel like she's just a script kiddie that steals stuff from GitHub and then just pretends that it's her work. Look at that fucking tote bag. I hate this person.
Oh, she's absolutely
She
violating
has
this
everything.
tribe-
acrylics.
This tribe is now officially to me entirely consisting of middle-aged hipsters.
I love the choice in giving this bitch acrylics. The reason I'm mad about that is, have you ever
You
seen
ever try to
people?
type with those?
You ever try to type with? You ever see people type with them? They are slower than me, and I tend to peck. I'm a shitty typist, and I usually can still type faster than that. It's fucking
So
nuts.
let's let's move on to the
Whew.
Heart Wardens,
I actually thought
and then
this
let's
book
just
would be
move
less
off
bad.
the
The Heart
Wardens.
Wardens, in which we see
In which we learn nothing. Nothing really has changed aside from the names being filed off,
Oh,
and
no,
we can just
there's
stab.
move
one
on.
thing I learned. You have this gay lover watching his other gay lover die from a ketamine overdose. Okay, that's all we needed to see.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, colored circa 2030.
Oh, come on. They're not going to be in that shape.
Look, listen, Grok drew this. That's why they look like that.
Grok, please depict me and my gay lover dying in a
Also,
nightclub.
I do have to reference something for Pirate Penguin. Don't ask a Gaia purist who their totem is. As well as also, yeah, you can take off acrylics at least.
Yeah.
You can, although it can fuck up your nails.
Oh, look
None
at
of the
this.
other art styles are interesting. None of the characters are. Well, I'll be fair. Let's at least very quickly look at the history since this is new.
Niobe Fat Chance Abara.
So they kept the Fianna founding the Guru Nation. That's about the only thing they really did though with it. They talk about them being really bothered by the Black Spiral Dancers because in the lore, the Fianna and White Howlers were very close for good reasons. And then
They
they
were
just
right
kind of
next
said,
to
fuck
each
that.
other.
By the way, there's
I mean,
nothing new about
Wait,
them
wait,
after
wait.
that.
I like this Niobe here. Her first change appeared just after college entrance exams.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not unusual.
How many
like
people
first
did she
And she
changes
kill?
usually
changed.
happen.
Well, no, it's because she changed from an English degree to computer science with a minor in cryptology.
I don't believe you.
Also, Darkson's pointing out that this is Black April.
Oh, that is April O'Neil. You're right.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't
Nothing
make her as
interesting
fat
about
this
them.
time because they
There's
usually
literally
depict her as
nothing.
overweight.
You know what I realized though that they could have done for the Glasswalkers? They could have gone not a recept a division that goes return to nature, and you call it the Grasswalkers.
The grass
No,
touchers.
the
Grass
grass
touchers.
touchers. Yeah.
You should that would be the perfect one for that. Like if I was gonna make a splinter faction off of them, it would be the grass touchers. These are the guys that are like, no, we need to make parks in every major city. I don't care how expensive it is. We need parks.
No. They're the guys that they're like we reject New York, return to Hobbiton, and they build like the fucking Shire.
Yes. Yes.
Now, yeah,
The
actually no, they could
divisions
put
I
that.
think are borrowed from the Fianna. Who
Yeah.
gives a shit? This all sucks.
Let's look at the
Fianna,
Red
most of you read
Talons.
into a little bit. Red
Let's look at
Talons.
With an image of a woman, or well, young
White
girl with a bunch of wolves around her.
Frozen
'cause that's
princess fucks dogs.
ruin, ward, reduce, cull, purge, autumnal
I had to
colors, soft, soft colors, soft color palette,
wonderful nature
purge.
queen.
Oh,
Purge,
yeah.
kill, burn, destroy. It reminds me of this one.
They're just talking about what
neighbor
they're
I
gonna
had.
do to her.
There's this one neighbor I had where they had like a little Scottish Terrier, and one of the jokes was that was the most bloodthirsty dog anybody had ever met.
Little
because
dogs
you
always
could put
do.
yes, but no, it's because you could put a rope down and she'd grab onto it and you could lift her up.
Also,
Oh,
their totem is Griffin.
Terriers are really cute like that. I love terriers. They're very territorial, unfortunately, so they bark a lot.
Yes, she
But-
was sassy,
Oh,
but
I
she was
love
a
little
good dog.
dogs like that.
She
Also,
was a
yeah,
good dog,
patron
though.
spirit is Griffin.
But no, the reasons they're calling ruining, warding, reducing, culling, and purging is that's what they're going to do to her downstairs, and you know it.
Listen, it's like that
Adam,
one
I think
picture
she's
of the
supposed to
one
be a
girl on the
child.
couch. You know the one.
Yeah, I mean
Yes.
that's basically that.
And knowing this game,
remember, Red Talons can be human,
Yeah,
Now
that's one
they
of the big
can.
changes. So, okay,
and the indigenous. What was it?
on
No,
the
actually,
one
no,
hand,
no. The European ones were actually more violent, saying they tolerate two legs. They've forgotten the law of the hunt.
okay, fair enough. Okay, so let me get into why changing the red talons to being human stupid later. But the concept of having some of the Red Talons actually being among the pure tribes, I think that's actually an okay change. I don't think they
That would
were,
It's
but it's a good
totally fine.
change.
that would
It
work.
makes
That would
it
work
makes
actually.
sense.
It would also
Like, that's
explain the
the
source
thing.
of their inability to get out of a Bronze Age society. Because remember, the North American, like Cahokia collapsed like 100
Cahokia
years.
collapsed. Like, yeah, like it's like, okay, we can blame the werewolves on that, I guess.
Well, the Red Talons you can blame it on.
Yeah, which would be fun. It'd be fun
Yeah.
background lore. But like the
And you can even have it be they destroyed Cahokia to stop Satan. Because remember, the Bali founded the Aztecs. They collapsed Cahokia so that Satan couldn't establish more Bali up north.
all right, fine. Like that's good enough old world lore, but like this is 5th edition onwards.
They
Buddy.
also really like
know.
Chernobyl because
Of
it
course
turns
they
out
like Chernobyl.
because animals can live there.
Not really. They actually
Please
have
don't
reduced quality
mention
of life quite a bit.
yeah, I was going to say, please don't mention the massively increased cancer rates among animals there, especially predators.
They die like in
But there
half
are
the years.
but I'm not somebody who knows about animals. I'm a RPG writer
There's so much
for a
radiation
book about playing as animals.
You know how Alex Jones was like screaming about water turning the frogs gay? The radiation in Chernobyl's making the frickin' frogs black! Literally.
Yep.
Wait, they've turned African?
Yeah.
Yeah. We left an entire thing of fried chicken and grape drink mix down there. They just took it all.
What? Yeah, like they turn pitch black specifically because that helps them absorb the radiation and live a bit longer.
They just went ooga booga. Where the white woman at? But yeah, no.
Wait a minute. Hold on. If that's the case, and you darker skin for absorbing radiation, were the Necron tier black?
Yes.
Yes.
From Warhammer?
Yes.
Yes, they were.
They were kings.
They were actually Tomb Kangs in space. Yes.
Yes.
No. Actually, they look at a salamander. It's just like, I need your flesh,
my brother. I've just now. Oh no, you don't understand. You just came up with a really fun idea for a flare.
No, it's the salamanders are looking at a Necron tier. My ancestors.
Yeah, my ancestors.
This salamander tech marine is like, no. Yes, they might be Xenos, but no. I have a spiritual connection to them. They're my ancestors.
They're my ancestors through the Void Dragon.
I will not be buck broken into worshiping your Omnissiah.
I'm just envisioning that scene from Predator. Like you have a bunch of orcs like raging war on a Necron world. The salamanders come down to purge it because it's originally a human. They see the Necron and they do "you son of a bitch" and fucking slap it like in Predator.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, the Red Talons. The reason that them being human, just very quickly, think of the mindset of a Red Talon. They're all lupine, and then their first change happens, and then you have thoughts much more developed than a wolf, and emotions
so
that
they
are
become
deeper.
ostracized because all of a sudden you gave intelligence to a being that hasn't had the ability to have full conscience yet, but is still an incredibly social creature. They're gonna be kicked out of their packs for being weird.
And on top of that, keep in mind that they've seen what humans do, and the negative aspects of human society. They're terrified of turning into that, so that's why they rejected humans so badly.
Right. Part of it's also that like there's a point in the Red Talon tribe book that a lot of the younger Red Talons are starting to come around to the opinion of maybe not all of the humans are bad, because look at some of them, right? They're trying to preserve wild spaces. They're trying to do this stuff.
Also, we're more alike than we think.
Right.
That's the other thing. Like, we're both social. We don't have to reject the concept of love because, after all, is not pack a form of love? It may be different from what the normal lupine feel, the normal wolves feel, but it's still the basic concept.
It's also for some of the Red Talons. There's a very interesting thing that somebody made a mention of, like, how do you actually roleplay a lupine? And one of the points they make about a lot of these lupines is that for many of them, joining your pack is the longest they've ever been away from their family.
Yep, because
wolf packs are extended family units. So for them, this is effectively the same as what happens in some of these packs, where you get younger wolves that will split off and go off on their own to join other pack units.
I would also say that another thing you should factor in is have them interpret like certain human aggressive interests as similar to like normal vocalizations, because remember, unlike dogs, wolves tend to growl a lot.
Wolves growl a lot. Wolves, they don't really have a bark because barking is something that was developed primarily to communicate with people.
Hmm. They're capable
Sort of
of
like,
doing it, but it's more of a yap or a yip.
yeah, it's more of a yip than a like a deeper bark. Uh,
But I want
They
to
would
bring up
also
though this.
interpret grins and smiles as baring teeth, so that's
they
most
don't
animals
like to
don't do that.
smile. They
Yeah,
probably don't like to smile, and they probably don't understand a lot of your linguistic. They know how to speak your language. They don't know all the sayings. Like the fly in the soup. They might go like, ah, yes, the bug in the lotion or whatever. Like the
Fly soup eats it.
yes.
I do want to bring up here this one character, Red Fang Rising. She is I, a snow leopard or some wolf, or in a reserve where snow leopards roamed in India, and she's killing Silicon Valley billionaires.
Okay.
She's in fact
Based, based,
going
based.
after the billionaires building private space programs, calling them sky leeches, where she has vowed to
Uh,
tear down their rockets as well as their guts before they leave the Earth. They keep poisoning, and
I
I would
need an
like to
emer-
remember she's from India.
I here's the thing.
Guess who she's gonna be killing?
Yeah. But here's the point, though. All I'm saying is, can we get an emergency Giga Chad here?
They
Like,
they accidentally made a good character because
yeah,
she's one of the most famous red talents alive. She's known as the cheerful assassins. Now the thing
I
is, it's kill
yeah.
all rich people, which means that you have to kill everyone in Renegade State. I'm sorry, but you're a millionaire company, Paradox. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. So
I
you're on
also
the death list. You're also
yeah.
responsible for the destruction of environment. But this is my favorite moment, and this is where she becomes based. She doesn't care about ethnicities because the first example is a Dubai real estate vampire. She buried this rich Gulf son of a bitch in his own sand dunes, trapped in a sarcophagus of fucking concrete,
And I like
screaming.
that she's accompanied by a
based.
blind elderly peacock named Sapphire. She insists he's a spirit touched omen of good hunts,
She
but no
has
one
her
else can figure
support
out
pea.
why he's not been eaten yet.
She has an emotional support peafowl.
That's
She in fact
amazing.
she in fact also doesn't kill anyone wearing handmade plant dyed natural fibers. She calls it good taste and says Gaia smiles upon it.
Okay, that's an L. We can fix that though.
She's a hipster.
Then there's another one, Adam Kirkland, who is a son of a decorated military family in America
Yeah, this is
uh,
bullshit.
that went, I guess, AWOL. He became a soldier after all, just not for any human army.
Uh-huh.
Soldiers Without Borders, Military Sans Frontiers.
Yeah.
Does he go in? Dun, 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 invisible.
No, but actually, Metal Gear, but you're all Red Talon werewolves actually sounds cool.
By the way, here's how
It
hard they
does.
gave up. They don't even give you the physical stat line. It's just, yeah, you put 8 dice in physicals. You just fucking put it wherever you want. Look at this level of I don't give a shit about putting any of this.
Next up, though, the Shadow Lords.
The original evil tribe.
The
The
Spirit
original
Thunder.
the Dickish tribe,
Yeah.
and I love them. I absolutely adore my Shadow Lords. They're one of the most fun tribes to play because it's always constantly not how do I dick over the party. It's how do I get away with bending the rules.
They like Vlad Tepes.
Of course they do. They're
He
fucking
proved that humans had no need for supernatural influences to embody evil on Earth, and then became one of the undead anyway.
Again, emergency Giga Chat alert. We need it. I'm on my phone, please.
I mean, in
Giga
fairness,
Chat.
this is an element for those curious. That was an element for why the Shadow Lords were working with vampires, is specifically because they worked with Dracula,
Yeah, Dracula was a Chad, so that's why they have any interactions with like the old
which
clan
is really
Januzaj.
stupid because they were fucking over their own tribe because the Ottomans were actually also backed by the. Basically, they backed both the Christian and Muslim force.
Yeah, of course they would. It's the Shadow Lords. What do you expect them to do? that they bet on both sides. That way they always come out on top. Like, that's the big thing about
In
them.
fact, actually, they do say that about the whole Wormcomers. Europeans sometimes allied with the indigenous Garu. Some of the indigenous Shadow Lords went with the Europeans.
Yeah.
I hate the Wormcomer stuff that they added because it's just such a we need to make it so that all tribes were here. All the tribes are here. You could play with it. It is
Also,
so half-assed. Don't even
yeah,
bother.
notable Shadow Lords: Shivani Corpse Finder General Sarkar.
Oh,
Another
Okay.
Indian woman from New Jersey who murders has been murdering undead, rot infesting powers of resistance of power and privilege. However, she might be in league with them because she has uh, made secret deals with them.
So I don't know who's writing it, but get new material. You already did this one, and the Red Talon was much more fun.
the Red Talon was more fun because it was
This
just
one,
more like
But it's
over the
New
top.
Jersey, so you can murder the
It's the
members of the Soprano.
Sopranos. Yeah, like you're
It's
shoving
Indian.
fucking
It's Indian Sopranos. Woke up this
exactly.
morning, have a gun to yourself.
so how hard do you think?
Uh,
So how hard do you think she would rage if her Izzat was threatened?
I
no,
mean
you must understand. You cannot redeem.
that's the thing.
Oh no, I'm just envisioning her going to Krynos saying, "Why did you redeem?"
That
I
is
mean,
in fact
the gift
that is in
card.
fact listen. That is in fact all werewolves. All werewolves have a Zot.
I know it's just like there's it just like after the Red Talon, this is like kind of a disappointing number two.
I mean, if this was some old Italian guy doing it, I'd be like, okay, it's a Sopranos
No.
reference.
Not only
Baked.
that, but like you have an old Italian guy who allegedly is tied with the Giovanni Mafia, and then when it fell apart,
Right, right.
you like hint that he ratted them out to the Harbingers of Skull so that he could survive.
Well, they're all one clan now, so
Well,
they can't do
no,
that.
like before the treaty, like you have it be like, no, he sold his mafia family up the fucking river to survive, and now he's working
That'd
for a
be,
new outfit.
yeah. I mean, you could do that. That'd actually be a really interesting character. It's just either that or just Mike from Breaking Bad, but he's a Shadow Lord. Listen, you stupid fuck. We had a good thing going on.
Alternatively, you just have him go full Pigma. He's like, what can I say? The new guys pay better. Shoots you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, it's Mr. Pink from Reservoir Dogs. The
So
only actually loyal one there.
Yuri
Up,
Konietzko.
up, wait. No, we have the Bringers of Light who want to rehabilitate the servants of even the Fly and Bat,
Oh, this character was
and a
like,
few of them end up dancing the Black Spiral. So they're literally they'd be like, I'm going to go to the Word Bearers and try to bring them back to the Emperor's light.
Let's try to do missionary work among the lizard men.
hey, do you like the rival for? Do you like the antagonist and opponent for Jonas Albrecht? If you did, he's now senile. He's going through dementia. Albrecht said, "Sorry, I'm white. Sorry, I'm male. So have my stunning transsexual daughter replace me." And then he ended it. This
Which one?
guy, no, he's just like,
You're
"I'm going to defeat you, Jonas." Jonas is dead, sir. Where are
I
you,
don't give
Jonas?
a fuck.
No, I don't give a fuck. Where are you, Jonas? What day is it today? Why are my pants filled with shit?
All I can think of is the fucking super comic guru from Dragon Ball Bridge.
That's basically where he is at this point.
No.
Saul
No.
Goodman is a Black Spiral dancer.
The Coriani sisters, they were brought up at one point. They're back. Whatever.
Yeah, Silent Striders, again, they're basically nothing's changed really, and moving on.
Well, no, we do. They now have pink hair.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that hairstyle. That's a sign that you just need to just like. Oh, and this is a hitchhiker. No.
The Silver Fangs has the most metal artwork, though, for their tribe so far.
All right. We're going very quickly through it. I'm just very quickly skimming through because fuck
Because
this.
I've got to go to bed soon, man. I have work tomorrow.
Silverfangs. We got a guy in Glabro form. They actually. They actually sprung out money for a different form. That's Glabro. You don't see that
He got
often.
Glabro form. He's Kali-Mawing some fucking
I do
Fomorian
think
thing.
though that that's tracing a imp from Doom Eternal.
It is.
It is.
But
You can't win them all.
let's see.
I'm just surprised they
Falcon.
bothered to do a different form other than lupus and fucking human.
I
Homid.
mean, the angle's different than your standard imp form, so I'm not like...
But interesting though, we're going in alphabetical order. We missed one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Starts with a G.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Shame.
almost like they removed them.
And that's all. We don't have the
After this is character options, and it's basically
There's
just...
a bestiary
hey,
near the back, actually.
well, no, at page 201, we get a gig worker as a day job for 2 dots.
Okay.
Once per session, you can get your hands on an item, piece of information, a crash pad, or access to an event, as if you had 1 dot in the appropriate area.
I mean, that's actually decent for a bone gnawer. It's just basically to show that, yeah, you do odd jobs all the time.
Yeah, but it's also like, you gotta stop hammering on the same fucking ideologue points. We get it. You're bitter because you work on Fiverr. You're fucking contractors to write out slot books. I don't fucking care.
Let's see, some of the new rights,
Also, these are just kind of slapped
lore
together.
sheets.
This is basically stuff that should be in the storyteller's vault that they just kind of shed out. I feel bad for people who actually try.
They needed to...
Oh, God, page 223. Garu Enlightenment.
They just kind of slap this shit together, and it's like, okay. Garu
We must.
Enlightenment.
So they're complete.
We need to rehabilitate the
ideologues.
worm. It's basically just Children of Gaia bullshit.
We must abolish the veil. All veil are bastards.
Avab?
Seps must share the property of their members. So no, you just go. You're claiming this is like from Western Enlightenment, and you just go completely. Well, no, we're communists now.
It's just a
I
bunch
mean-
of
We're
dumb
woke
communist
communists.
gobbledygook.
Human essentialism, though.
I genuinely don't think they've even read Das
The werewolf is
Kapital.
a human who has the ability to transform into a wolf. That's it.
I don't believe they ever read anything regarding anything communist related. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't even read the Cliff's Notes of the manifesto.
Manifesto isn't that long, people. It's pretty fast.
Well, no, you
If you're
do
gonna,
have
if you're
from the
gonna shit
Weaver.
on communism, I would recommend at least going through it and maybe end Das Kapital, and then from there.
No. Das Kapital, at this point, because of how it's written and the era it was written in, combined with what it's talking about, trying to read that is
Conversion.
roughly akin.
Get a Cliff's Notes of that one at least.
It's like
Get a
trying to
Cliff
read
Notes because it's
Kabbalah
like
without even knowing Judaism.
Hebrew, like traditions.
No, not even that.
basically.
Not even knowing Judaism.
Right. It because Marx is trying to make an actual point with statistics and everything like that, and it did pan out a bit with what he was talking about. Like, he had some
Specifically
points in it.
Because at the time, remember, this is mid-18th century, industrial labor jobs were fucking horrible, and actually was worse than backbreaking labor on farms in some fucking respects. Do you know how often it was to just die in a baker's hut or a mining? If you were a coal miner, your life was in the 40s. As in, you would die when you hit 40 because your lungs were more coal than flesh by the end of it.
But Adam, the children yearn for the mines.
But effectively, he pointed that out. He pointed that out that due to the horrible work labor, a lot of times you couldn't actually find relief from it and happiness in this life. And he saw that,
Also the value.
yeah, the value. Like
A lot of it was the labor value that he was talking about with Das Kapital and making a point that,
well,
like, the labor
and also
costs.
in Das Kapital, he decides to pick a fight with Hegel of all fucking people.
I don't blame him. I would pick a fight with Hegel too, that fucking nerd.
I think Hegel won though.
No, Hegel never wins.
Synthesis.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. Like,
Thesis and
eventually,
antithesis.
because our tribalistic intensity, like the world unification would fail, and due to just like fucking people being contrarian.
Well, it's also that Marx didn't predict things like actual social social backstops. things like that.
He also didn't realize that in response to it, like again, synthesis. Hegel was right. The most scary words ever.
Yeah.
But
Basically
either
put,
way, don't preach communist gobbledygook when you're one of the first people that would be lined up and shot, because most of these
right.
people would be.
But quick notes, Marx was completely correct about the trajectory that things were going, and then of course
Yes.
things changed.
He also pointed out, and this is actually the reason why you have stuff like Mao Zedong thought and like Juche. Depending on where a person is, like a region and its industries, the path to communism will change. Like he wrote specifically because Germany is highly industrialized, the UK is quite industrialized, France. These ones would most likely shift in the direction I would see it. For ones like Russia and China, it would probably be different. It'd be closer to something like a peasant commune, or would rely on that. Like that's kind of one of the other things is he pointed out
Th-
like I'm writing specifically for this area because that's what my
this book is
experiences are.
such a nothing burger that we're going on a analysis of communist history.
Yeah, this book's trash.
Yep, this book is not worth your time.
Werewolf
Like
20, just
genuinely.
Werewolf 20. It's amazing though that they're trying to back. This should have been book 2 or book 3.
Right. This
I
should have
wouldn't
been
have saved it.
really early on in the life cycle of your game. This is like one of the first things you release. This is how this is what you did with Vampire the Requiem to a degree. Like some
Vampire
of
the
the first
Requiem
stuff
did
that
it.
they
Even Vampire Fifth did it.
right, like Vampire the Requiem was some of the first books that were released were the books that covered the covenants. Because you needed to understand those to understand the rest of it. The clan books came later, and the clan books are a mixed bag. I'll say that.
And I'll be honest, like there's nothing now distinct really about the tribes. Like
Yeah, because
their way
there's
of thinking, the fact of the matter is the fact that they have history does color your perceptions, does color the way
it
that
does
you
a
play
lot
the
of the
game.
lifting for you. There's a reason
It
why
all
they went with
Right.
tribes.
like the Bruja. The Bruja just they didn't have Carthage.
If
Really?
Carthage wasn't something that happened to
They
them,
would still have Athens, and if you want to get rid of all
Well,
history,
no, but
their entire
like
thing is philosophy king's treatises. Their politics.
yeah,
They're driven by passion.
they would have just been rage fueled like revolutionaries.
And idealists. They would say the society that we have could be done better, and it's based on the lineage of the vampire. It is based on Troil. It is based on Troil, or
Imagine playing a game of Mage without the history of the traditions.
that's just called playing, Grug Mage.
Except it's in
the
modern
other thing
day.
is, I'm just very quickly going through a couple of the tribes. They basically they actually write the tribes more like they write vampire clans. I'm looking at it. They talk about how they recruit their prospecti, which is similar to the Embrace. They talk about the bare minimum of their culture. There's like nothing in it actually. The Glasswalkers in particular are pretty bad. I'm gonna scroll up to a different one. I'm just quickly going through this because we skimmed a lot, and I really want to highlight just how fucking little of a shit they gave. Rite of passage ensures that anyone who joins them has the courage to encounter the unknown and mental fortitude. This is basically like embracing. If you told me this was like a vampire clan, I would believe you.
That's the thing.
This is vampire
They're
writing.
not going to do it because it's not worth the investment, but there's a reason why they had all the tradition books. That all the breed or the tribe, the clan books, because there is a rich character that you can actually get out of this. And you need that to really understand perspective. A couple of pages doesn't suffice.
Also, the councils for the
It's
ghost
part of the
councils.
problem.
To bring up Warhammer, there's a reason why a lot of the actually no, there's a reason why the black books for the Horus Heresy tended to devote a lot of pages to the history of a legion because that really gives us our perspective.
It does. I'm just going to.
Especially these early days. I'm just going to say this though. Part of this is the problem that I think that New World realized, which is that having this many tribes and this many separate flavors creates problems with writing because it means that you have to spend as much page count on each of them individually rather than really fleshing one out.
Which the old world
And
solved by just doing tribe books. No big fucking deal.
well, no.
Yes, but tribe books were in a completely different publishing environment where those were a profitable thing. They aren't these days.
That's on them.
Uh,
That's on them. I just wanted to point out another example of this half-assed nature. The big thing about ghost councils are the councils, the councils led by a bunch of them. How's that any different from a moot? Like one of the things all Guru do.
Especially when you have the tribes kind of being very separate.
Yeah, there's no real
Y-
culture. There's like no cultural norms. Like, what if, say, for example, the Ghost Council? One of the reasons they're called that is specifically because they specialize in venerating those who have passed on.
They've got a hotline to hell. They can go talk to to Dick Cheney for us.
Yeah, they could. As for the power, since NDR was asking about that, it's mostly just kind of slapped together. The way I think that the powers were added in this book were, I don't even think it's due to page count. I think it's just what happened was they had 8 writers and they each had like a little bit of homebrew they wanted to throw in. It's just it's okay. Usually these are the least egregious parts of these V5, this version 5 set of books, but half the time these are powers that kind of already existed, and the other half it's just usually like, okay. Here's an example, an Arun gift. I'm just very quickly. Consume rage. The guru takes the rage from a rival they've just overpowered. This gift is taught by dominant lion or bull spirits. Renown glory, cost 1 willpower, action free, pull glory. And oh, the worst thing is they actually kind of suck at explaining the dice mechanics because these are LARPing trash. They don't even really, they struggle to give you dice mechanics for this shit.
Well, Adam, Renegade Studios has to handle about 20 different ones because of all their fucking games.
It doesn't matter. The storyteller system's really fucking simple. And this is not declared as a Mind's Eye Theater book. Yeah, they give you the dice pool, but you know what they don't give you? Difficulty count. They don't tell you what the difficulty is. They just auto assume that you would know it. They are basically relying on old fans, even though they've turned them away. But then they're still like, it's back-assward retarded. So like every aspect of this book failed, and I'm actually impressed this book is as bad as it is. Like I thought it was going to be more like the Hunter book, where it's like inoffensively piss, if you get what I mean. Because the Hunter book was only kind of mediocre, well, not even mediocre. It was just kind of there. This is trash.
It, yeah. What are we gonna then do for next week?
Oh
We need a
God.
palate cleanser.
No. We our punishment must be more severe.
Oh,
Don't actually take that as a genuine thing. How about something that's not shit instead? How about something that's actually entertaining? Let me
hmm.
see. I got a ridiculous amount of Werewolf the Apocalypse. Here's the funny thing: despite being the most like Justin Achille out of this group by being a smug asshole who didn't like Werewolf the Apocalypse, to be specifically hate-filled towards Werewolf the Apocalypse, I had the most amount of the books in terms of PDFs. So we could always cover
You
some
know
of the
what?
Rage books if we wanted,
I've been
or
looking.
we could do like
I've had.
Orpheus or something. I don't know.
I've had for a while the Assassin's Creed RPG.
Oh, they made
No,
one?
They did.
no, I'm out. I'm done.
Okay, so that's not happening this week, next week.
No, I mean like I'm not going to show up for that one. I've long accepted that franchise as a corpse, and I just don't want to
I
dwell
just
on
don't
that
care
thought.
enough anyway, so that wouldn't really be a good book. At least not for next week. We could maybe not Sorcerer. Do we want to cover like a Changeling the Dreaming book as a shitpost?
Hmm. Wait, NDR.
We've
There's a.
Have
Oh
we
yeah, the
done
D and
Blood
D
Dim
5e
Tides?
crossover with Vampire.
You'd have to edit Bloodsoaked Tides because of all the weird
I
bits of
I can
nudity.
get an edited copy together at some time in the next week or two.
So next week, Mermaid Milk, because that is the thing you get
Maybe.
in that book.
I'd have to scroll through and find it again. I know I did an edit like years ago for it and just never.
Delta
Bloodsoaked
Green.
Tides. Oh, Delta Green.
We
Actually, that's
could
perfect.
we could
Well,
do Delta Green. Which book are we looking at though?
welcome to the Millennium.
Ah,
Okay. So yeah, next week we're going to do a Delta Green book. I think we should probably do another World of Darkness one soonish, though.
We still need to get through the rest of Dark Eras 2, I think.
There's not a lot left, and I don't remember which
Yeah, but
ones we skipped.
that's why we need to get through it.
Yeah, but I don't know which ones are left. We covered almost all of them.
Listen, we have a catalog. If you can find the ones we're missing,
Give it
Put
to
it in
us
the
in our
Discord.
Discord,
No.
which is in the link, or in the comments. Oh, and if you want to get a copy of this book, you can, but I didn't link to it. I instead chose to link to Rage Across the World Volume 1, which gives you Karen's Places of Power and Rage Across Russia instead.
or
For
if you do
whatever
want something
reason,
by
they didn't decide to like release those as PDFs. They kind of combined them. I don't get it.
or if you do want something by Renegade Game Studios, get the Transformers RPG.
Transformers one, G.I. Joe one's also solid. The My Little Pony one's not as good as the other one, but that one also works. Just anything
or
but this,
Heroescape,
really.
or Axis and Allies.
Or The Price of Freedom, because that's actually a surprisingly fun book, even if the mechanics are a bit fucky.
Oh no, I'm looking on their website. They have a Axis and Allies deluxe map for
Oh,
North
no.
Africa.
Oh, God.
You know what?
50
Why don't we do that?
bucks for Battle of North Africa,
Oh, God.
basically.
Okay. All right.
I've seen that map
All
before.
right.
It's huge.
Follow with me here. What we will do is for our 1,000 subscriber special, we will try to play Campaign for North Africa.
Oh, God.
Oh no. I'm not holding to that.
I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to.
I don't think there's a way to even play it.
We instead we force Adam to play a game of Warhammer 40k.
No.
Even worse. We
I
force Adam to
I
play.
force you clowns to play Phoenix Command.
Oh.
And I'm not cutting any of the rule systems. Because the
take that.
entire point is you can cut tables. You have to include all of them.
But yeah, next week, Delta Green, and we're going international.
International around the world.
Good night, all.
See ya.
Night.